Lewis drives, pulls up, and cash. Jenny Lewis continues her hot start, knocking down another 2 from the field. Gives her, well, that's actually her first 2 in this one, as it's 4-2, 8 minutes into the first quarter. Roberta Charles now looks to drive on Murrell. Murrell cuts off the drive. Kane with another jumper off the backboard, and Murrell pulls in the rebound. Kanisha Shanice Luberis, last year's AUS Defensive Player of the Year. Actually, the past 2 years, AUS Defensive Player of the Year. Also a 2-time AUS All-Star. This is Katrina Murrell on the block. Cross court to Luberis for 3. That's off, and will Huskies attempt to save it, but it will go out. And it's going to be Tigers ball. See a couple of subs checking in for the Tigers. 2 first years for Coach Anna Stamper's young team, and Claire Hickman wearing number 14, and Karina May wearing number 6. This is Shaylin Field. Field had a big game with 19 points in the Tigers' upset victory last Saturday against the Cape Breton Capers. Field going to slow it down, go one-on-one with the Defensive Player of the Year. Kicks it out to May for the free throw line jumper, and Karina May knocks it down. And just like that, we're tied up 4-4. Briefly mentioned that upset victory on Saturday. The Tigers were ranked 7th in the conference as Kanisha Shanice Luberis shows off that crossover. And she's fouled, will go to the line to shoot 2. But the Tigers were ranked 7th in the conference in the preseason coaches poll, where the Cape Breton Capers were ranked 1st, SMU Huskies were 2nd, and after getting blown out on Friday night against the Capers, the Tigers looked like an entirely different team as they came out on Saturday and were able to upset the Capers. So Kanisha Shanice Luberis knocks down 2 free throws, 6-4 now. 3.5 minutes remain in the first quarter. Sorry, 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Alexander takes the screen from Hickman to May. May working on Morrell. Finds Field in the corner. Field beats the defender, puts it up, can't finish. And Shanika Wood has been a monster on the glass the past couple seasons for the Huskies. Last season, Wood was among the league leaders in rebounds per game with 9.6. Luberis now brings it across half, finds Wood. Shanika Wood can't finish on the layup, and Deidre Alexander gets the rebound. So see the Tigers in a bit of a full court press now. Alexander baseline jumper is good. Sorry, that was actually number 5, Sophie Gaube, second year out of Sir John A. Macdonald High School. Made the AUS All-Rookie team as a freshman last season. Lewis on the low block, turnaround. Can't finish with the left hand, and May gets the rebound. 6-6 here. 4 minutes into the first quarter. Shaylin Field whistled on a travel, and it'll be Huskies possession. So this Huskies team, 4-time defending AUS champions, and returned 9 players from last year's team, but the players they're missing are big ones, including 2 of their 3 leading scorers from last year, Rochelle Coward, 2-time AUS All-Star, and a Tracy McLeod nominee last season for Comeback Player of the Year, as well Laura Langell, 2-time AUS All-Star in her own right, and also Emma Valakovsky, Ali Smai, and Veronica Vikis, some key role players for the Huskies that aren't back. Which is one of the reasons the Capers were projected to finish first in the preseason coaches poll. Karina May now drives to the right, is blocked by Murrell, and Shanika Wood gathers up the rebound. Jenny Lewis gives Murrell a post touch, defended by the shorter Karina May. Murrell goes to work and finishes with the left hand. That's an upset, and we've seen Katrina Murrell have a great start to the season, averaging 5 points and just under 10 rebounds per game through the first 2. Again, last week in a home-and-home with the Acadia Axewomen. Deidre Alexander has nowhere to go. Looks to pass to May, back to Alexander, 5 on the shot clock. She's going to have to put it up. Alexander can't draw iron, and here comes Angelina Carvery the other way. Carvery, 2-time AUS Championship MVP the last 2 seasons. Going right back to Wood, and the Huskies just too strong on the interior, but that time Murrell's pass is intercepted by Sophie Gaubet. Tigers now pushing it up the court. Alexander for 3, no good. And Karina Murrell continues to be a beast on the boards. Shanika Wood now, again with the mismatch. Again goes to work over the shorter Deidre Alexander. And that will force Coach Anna Stamberger to call a timeout to talk things over. So in the early going here, the Huskies lead 10-6 here at the Homburg Center in the second weekend of regular season play in the AUS. Sorry, it's not even the weekend, it's a Wednesday night. But slightly unusual to have a Wednesday night game, and both teams will be in action. They're actually taking on each other over a Dalplex on Saturday. That'll be a special game. That'll be televised on Bell Alliance TV1 in 5. Again, AUSTV.ca, powered by Bell Alliance TV1, and 5 brings you live and interactive webcasts of each and every AUS sport game, including select televised broadcast on TV1. And this weekend, Saturday night, 6 and 8, we'll have the doubleheader on TV1. That's channel 1 and 401 and 5. And I remind you to reach out on Twitter or email. The email is huskieswebcast2016@gmail.com. Twitter, you can find me at Allen_April. And you can also use the hashtag on your screen, hashtag SmewBball. So with 4:03 remaining, the teams return to action. This is Sophie Gaubet. Swings to Karina May. Now Ashley Jackson, another first year for the Young Huskies. Swings it over to Chiakua, yet another first year. Gorgeous pass by Michelle Chiakua to Claire Hickman, but Hickman can't finish in tight. Jenny Lewis now. Lewis, the 4th-year guard, spent her first 2 seasons with the University of Victoria Vikes before coming back home to Halifax, the Lockview High product. And certainly a welcomed addition returning to Coach Scott Monroe's lineup. Substitution here as Lewis checks out. Carly Nugent checks in for her first action of the game. Nugent, a 4th-year forward out of Richmond Hill, appeared in both games against Acadia last weekend. This is a rookie, Jasmine Kane, dishing to Carvery. Carvery's 3 draws front rim. And the Tigers can't keep the rebound in bounds. It's going to go out. Going to see our first look at Charlotte Thompson of the season, actually, as she was on the bench for the Tigers' first 2 games last weekend against Cape Breton. Thompson, a 6'1" first-year forward out of Summerside. Carvery dishes to Courtney Kane Norden. Kane Norden's pass goes out. And that's a turnover, so the Tigers look to bring it the other way. Michelle Chiakua, first-year guard out of Cameroon, goes to the left and finishes. Chiakua, so aggressive going to the rim, can finish with her left hand or her right. Really lightning quick with a great handle. Chiakua tried for the steal that time, can't get it, and Carly Nugent makes her pay, knocking down the long jumper with a foot on the three-point line. Makes it 12-8 Huskies. Sophie Gaubet going to pull the trigger on a 3. That's short. And Karina Morel pulls up the board. Morel going to bring it up court herself. Don't see that all the time. Hands it off to Angelina Carvery to set up the Huskies offense. Murrell now working on Thompson. Up with the right hand. Can't finish. Chiakua with the defensive board and coming the other way. Chiakua with the left again. Can't finish, but Michelle Chiakua gets the rebound and goes coast to coast a lot. Very confident in her dribble and speed. time. Kane Norton's layup is no good. Rebound finds its way to Ashley Jackson. Sophie Gaubet is the lone second year on the Tigers lineup right now. Everyone else is a first year, just showing the youth of this Dalhousie team under Coach Anna Stamberger. And we're going to see a substitution now for the Huskies. Shanika Wood and Shanice Luberis return, replacing Katrina Murrell and Angelina Carvery. So this first-year point guard Jasmine Kane with it now. Kane out of Citadel High, one of a few Citadel High products on this Huskies team. Back to Kane. Carly Nugent now drives and is stripped by Charlotte Thompson. Nice defensive play that time by Thompson. Chiakua brings it across half and is fouled by Nugent. So with 1:34 to go, it's going to be Nugent's first personal, second team foul against the Huskies. Chiakua. Drives left, puts it up, and is fouled. The two-time defending defensive player of the year, Shanice Luberis, was not impressed by that call. Thought it was clean, but Chiakua will go to the line to shoot two. Can't hit the first. Michelle Chiakua in her first year out of Yaoundé, Cameroon. 5'6" guard, and she's starting from day one for Coach Anna Stamberger. Chiakua knocks down the second, and the Tigers actually are going to make a substitution as Shaylin Field checks in, Sophie Gaubet checks out. Tigers with a full court press, beaten easily by Shanice Luberis. And Shanice Luberis whistled on the travel. Another call she disagrees with. So 12-9 here, just over a minute remains in the first quarter. Low-scoring first quarter for this Huskies team that was second in the AUS in scoring last year, averaging over 70 points per game. And they had the best defense last year, allowing just 54. Jackson drives and dishes. Ashley Kane baseline and gets it to rattle home. So that's 4 points in the first quarter for Ashley Kane. And it's a 1-point game, 12-11. The Tigers looking to keep their upset streaks going. Shanice Luberis to Kane. Kane into the lane. Jumper. Can't get it to go, but Shanika Wood is there. And the Tigers in this first quarter just don't have an answer for Shanika Wood and Karina Morell on the boards. As Wood going to the line to shoot two, can't hit the first. Wood hits the second, pushes the lead to 13-11 here. Now the Huskies in a full court press with 30 seconds remaining. Field drives left, post touch for Thompson in the high post. And Chiakua whistled on the walk. It's going to give the Huskies one last possession with 16.9 seconds to play in the first quarter. Shanice Luberis brings the ball across half for the Huskies. Luberis swings it to Kane Norton. Kane Norton with the three, no good. And Shanice Luberis gets the offensive rebound. Jasmine Kane for three, off back rim, and that'll do it for the first quarter. So after 10 minutes, the SMU Huskies, ranked 8th in the country. I don't think I mentioned that. That's a new update on the national rankings. Lead the Dal Tigers by a score of 13-12. Going to quickly run that Subway ad, and then we'll be right back with the second quarter.
Fathers, brothers, mothers and sisters, neighbors, heroes. Canada's veterans, their courage, service, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. On November 11th, let's remember them. Visit canada.ca/rememberthem.
Well, that wasn't a Subway commercial, but it was a commercial nonetheless. As, of course, Remembrance Day on Saturday. You should plan to go to a cenotaph or something to honor the veterans. Anyway, back to the basketball game at hand here. After the first quarter, the Huskies lead the Tigers 13-11. Looking at the scores here, Katrina Morell leading the Huskies with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Carly Nugent has 3, and Shanika Wood has 3 of her own. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, they're led the way by Ashley Kane and Michelle Chiakua with 4 points apiece. And a reminder to reach out on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Alan_April, or use the hashtag SmewBball. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, how you're feeling on this Wednesday evening. So we've got a great AUS doubleheader. If you think this one's good, and it will be, just wait for the men's game. That's the number 6 ranked team in the country, the Dal Tigers, taking on the number 9th ranked team in the country, the Smew Huskies. So a couple AUS teams in the U Sports top 10 already. And they'll be primed to, of course, anytime the Huskies take on the Tigers, there's a little something extra on the line. The Battle of Halifax, and only one team can win. So, second quarter here. This is Kanisha Shanice Lubrice. Swings it over to Jenny Lewis. Lewis for 3. That one just rims out. Looked good. Alexander with the rebound. Alexander hands it off to Sophie Gaubet. Back to Alexander. Ashley Kane now drives left and finishes. 6 points now for Ashley Kane, and we're all tied up 13-13 here, with just over 9 minutes remaining. Lewis, pull up J, can't get it to go. Rebounded by that's Roberta Charles. Didn't see much of Charles in the first quarter, but she's been a good player of first year as well. Alexander is rejected by Shanika Wood. And Wood running the floor beautifully, finishing with the 2. What a play by Shanika Wood, blocking the shot and running the floor like a guard, able to finish. Nice dish up ahead by Jasmine Kane as well. Deidre Alexander now looking to set up the offense. Swings to Charles. Charles drives left and finishes around the defender, Kane Norton. And Roberta Charles has been very impressive in the early going of this season. The first year out of Montreal. And that time, Shaylin Field forces the turnover, tying up Jenny Lewis for possession. It's going to be Tigers' ball. And the Huskies now return their full starting lineup as Murrell and Carvery return to action, replacing Kane Norton and Kane. Field to Sophie Gaubet. Charlotte Thompson now, top of the key. Thompson finds Field. Field takes a screen from Charles. Pulls up in the lane, can't finish, short on that one. And Katrina Murrell continues to dominate on the defensive glass. Angelina Carvery working on Charles. Cross-court pass for Lewis for 3, and that's good. Jenny Lewis has a gorgeous shot from downtown. A little bit unorthodox. She kind of crosses hands on the follow-through, but Lewis, you can't argue with the results. And through those first 2 games last weekend, she shot 71% from downtown. Again, averaged 28 points per game. That time, Thompson's long 2 is no good. And here's Lewis again. Swings to Carvery. Carvery on the low block. Whistled for a travel. So the Huskies leading 18-15. And the Tigers are going to return Ashley Kane to the game, taking out Charlotte Thompson. Shaylin Field behind her back and finds Kane in the high post. Kane looking down low for Charles, can't get it to her. 5 on the shot clock now, and Charles is going to have to put it up. Draws iron, but Shanika Wood gathers the rebound, continuing to dominate the glass. Murrell and Wood for the Huskies. Katrina Murrell now. Nice pass down to Shanika Wood. Great post-to-post passing. Wood was wide open. And these Huskies bigs are causing a lot of problems for the Tigers' young forwards in the early going. Shaylin Field. And that time Ashley Kane's whistled on a travel. So it's 20-15 with 6:30 remaining in the first half. Lou Baris brings it across half. Gonna slow it down and work the offense. Katrina Murrell now. Field pokes it loose, and the Tigers, well, they've done a great job of putting pressure on the Huskies defensively, causing some turnovers, causing some tie-ups. Now we're going to see a substitution as Roberta Charles checks out, and Karina May returns to action for Dalhousie. 20-15 with 6:09 remaining in the second quarter. Oh, miscommunication that time, and Field comes the other way. Nice pump fake, but Wood able to strip it loose. Will remain Tigers' possession. Miscommunication that time between two veterans of the Huskies, Lou Baris and Carvery, led to the easy Field steal. Inbound to Kane. Now Sophie Gaubet pulls the trigger on a jumper off the backboard and no good. And Angelina Carvery gets the rebound. Jenny Lewis pulls up for 3, and it rims in. That's a shooter's roll, but Jenny Lewis is certainly a shooter. Continues her hot start. That's now 8 points for Lewis, the fifth year guard out of Fall River, Nova Scotia. Played 3 years at Victoria for the Vikings in Canada West. Spent a year red-shirting for the Huskies before playing last year. And only averaged a shade over 6 points a game last year, but off to a hot start this year. Of course, the Huskies did lose quite a bit from last year's team in AUS All-Stars Rochelle Coward and Laura Langell. So they need players like Lewis and Morel to step up a bit this year and fill those players' role in the starting lineup. Foul that time against Jenny Lewis. That's her first personal, second team foul. Tigers to inbound on the baseline. Baseline is inbound is deflected on the floor, and it ends up in the hands of Lewis. Lewis brings it across half. Finds Carvery on the low block. Sorry, that's Murrell. Now Kane Norden. Nice pump fake and drive, but can't finish. Karina May gets the board for the Tigers. Ashley Jackson swings it over to Sophie Gaubet. That pass can't find the target. It will go out. We're going to get a timeout here called by the Tigers. They trail by 8 now, 23-15 in the second quarter. Remind you once again, this webcast of AUS Women's Basketball is live and interactive, brought to you by AUSTV.ca. And you can reach out on Twitter at Alan_April. Use the hashtag SMUBBall, that's SMUBBALL. And we actually have a tweet here. It's from Cade Murrell. I believe she's Katrina's twin sister, if I recall correctly. And she says, cheering on Katrina Murrell, go Huskies. Yeah, and it's great to see Katrina Murrell. She dealt with some injury problems last year, had a bad shoulder that kept her out part of the season and limited for the rest, but she's been a player who has been a key member of the Huskies teams. Murrell now in her 4th year, and she's been on the last 3 defending AUS champion Huskies teams under Coach Scott Monroe. Monroe in his 8th year as Huskies head coach, a 2-time AUS Coach of the Year, including last season, and 2012-2013. Actually, this game is a matchup of the last 2 AUS Coach of the Years, as Anna Stamberger took the honor in 2014-15. And interestingly enough, both coaches are in their 8th year. So both Halifax teams coached by a couple of well-known names in Nova Scotian basketball circles. Of course, Stamberger elected to the Tigers Hall of Fame last year, as she was a legendary player in her own right in the early 80s. Off-ball foul, I believe that one was whistled against Katrina Murrell. On the screen, that's going to be her 2nd personal, 3rd team foul against the Huskies. And the other way to reach out, I forgot to mention, if you're not a Twitter person, HuskiesWebcast2016@gmail.com. Send us an email, let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. As the Tigers bench her roughs, they wanted a foul on that last drive by Karina May, but no call. Jasmine Kane with it now. Kane, nice cross-court dish to Jenny Lewis. Lewis drives and finishes, and the harm. Jenny Lewis continuing her red-hot play to start the season. That's 10 points now for Lewis, with a chance to go to the line to make it 11. Again, Lewis erupted for 38 in the game last Thursday against Acadia, and followed that up with 20. 15 of her 20 came in the second half on Saturday, and today, well, it's been in the first half, she's already got 11. Shaylin Field hands it off for Ashley Jackson. Touch now for May in the high post. Field drives, puts it up and in. Nice take by Shaylin Field. She's been more aggressive on offense this year, looking for her own shot. Always filled up the box score for the Huskies, but again, with the graduation of Ainsley McIntyre and Tessa Stamberger, as Jenny Lewis is red hot. That's now 14 points for the 5th year out of Fall River, on 5 of 8 shooting from the field and 3 of 4 from downtown. And that's going to be a block whistled against the Huskies, so Field will go to the line to shoot too. I was just saying before that Lewis 3, Shaylin Field being counted upon by the Tigers rather, the lone 4th year on the team, and no 5th years either. Field averaged just 4 points per game last year, but had a big 19 the other night against the Cape Breton Capers. And Field knocks down the first of 2. Gives her 3 points in the first half of this one. Shaylin Field hits them both. Cuts the lead to 10, 29-19. But the Huskies are leading this second quarter by a score of 16-8. As interestingly enough, both games the Huskies played last weekend against the Axewomen, they were trailing by 5 going into the second half, and then exploded in the second half. Well, the game on Thursday night actually went into overtime, but the game on Saturday night, the second half was a landslide. I believe the Huskies outscored the Axewomen 25-6 in the third quarter. Jasmine Kane going to try her luck on a 3, back iron, and rebounded by Ashley Jackson. But a turnover forced that time by Jasmine Kane. Tell you what, there's a lot of Kanes in this game. There's a Jasmine Kane on SMU, there's a Courtney Kane Norden on SMU, and then there's an Ashley Kane on Dow. So, a little bit of a confusing thing. As Jasmine Kane finds Lewis. Now it's Shanika Wood. Wood working on Hickman. Swings it over for Kane Norden. Kane Norden turns it over, looking to Swing it baseline, and it will be Dow ball heading the other way. Got our first email, and it's a special one. Get to that in a second. As Shaylin Field swings it over for Karina May. Long two for May. Off iron, and Shanika Wood continues to clean up on the glass for the Huskies. Nice pass into Wood. Well, you got to like this Huskies team. They really are looking to set the tone in the middle this year. In the interior, rather. In the past, they've had a lot of outside shooting, and they still do with Jenny Lewis. But you see them looking to give a lot of looks for Shanika Wood. And she's doing great work on the interior, on the defensive end and offensive end, rebounding the ball. As Wood knocks down the free throw. All good on camera there. I was looking to loosen up the camera, I think. Wood can only hit one of two. Rebounded by Ashley Jackson. Field now drives right, up, and can't finish. And Angelina Carvery gathers up the defensive board. Carvery, defended by Field. Resets to Lou Brees. Three for Jazz Kane, and Jasmine Kane, you can't leave her open. Seen her knock down a few threes already this season. She's averaging 7 points per game and 2 assists in the first 2 games of the season, coming last weekend against the Axwomen. So Kane, first year out of Citadel High. And the Huskies have a very nice pipeline from Citadel High. Players like Carvery, Kane Norton, Kane, all products of Citadel. As Chiakua now pulls up in the lane and finishes off glass. Nice take by Michelle Chiakua, the first-year point guard for the Tigers. Let's get a substitution here. Alexander checks in. Field checks out. I am going to get to that email. In fact, I'll read it right now as we have a shoe tying break. So Laura Langell, mentioned her earlier, was a great player for the Huskies, 2-time AUS All-Star, and they miss her presence. Well, she was a real inside-out player, could do it from the outside or the inside. She says, "Let's go Huskies," cheering from Waterloo. Cheers, Laura Langell. Thanks for the reaching out, Laura, as that's a nice spin in the lane by Shanice Luberis, but can't finish, and it'll be Dow ball heading the other way. Yeah, always nice to hear from SMU alumni, and it's one of the great things about AUSTV.ca. It allows fans, family, and former players from all over the country to tune in and support their teams as we bring you live and interactive coverage of each and every AUS game, every sport, every game, and the big ones on TV. Offensive foul against the Tigers that time. Notice a couple subs have checked in. We're seeing Josie Gasquion, her first action, number 13, second-year forward out of Dartmouth. Had a nice game on Saturday against the Axwomen. Carvery kicks it out for Kane. Kane, runner in the lane, left hand. Tricky finish by Jasmine Kane. That gives her 5 now and pushes the lead back to 14. Under a minute remaining. 35 seconds. Chiakua looking to drive. Kicks it back out for Alexander. Alexander splits the D beautifully and finishes with the left. See the Dow Tigers aggressive going to the rim. The one thing we haven't seen is them have any luck from the outside. Carvery now, defended by Alexander. Takes a screen from Wood. Gasquion to Shanice Luberis. Carvery for 3, and that's good. And this SMU team, that'll do it for the first half. The SMU Huskies red hot in the second quarter, going for 25, outscoring the Tigers by a score of 25-12 in the second quarter, and they lead 38-23 going into half. Give you a couple quick stats here, and then take a 14-minute break before we're back with the second half. But the Huskies shooting the lights out. 47% from the field, 50%, 6 of 12 from 3. The Tigers, meanwhile, 33%, 10 of 30 from the field, and 1 of 6 from downtown. Huskies being led by Jenny Lewis, continuing her red-hot start to the season. She's got 14 points on 5 of 8 shooting and 3 assists. And Shanika Wood, 8 points and 6 rebounds. Jasmine Kane with 5, and Katrina Morel with 4 points and 4 rebounds. And have to mention Ange Carvery, working on a triple-double. Just 3 points, but 6 boards and 5 assists. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, they're being led by Michelle Chiakua with 6 points and 2 boards, and Roberta Charles, Ashley Kane, and Shaylin Field with 4 points apiece. So we're going to take a 14-minute break, see if we can't find that Subway commercial as well, and I'll be back with the second half. Leave me a shout-out during halftime. Let me know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Thanks for watching. Be back in 13 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to the second half of Atlantic University Sport women's basketball action on AUSTV.ca. My name's Alan April, and at half of this one, the SMU Huskies, ranked 8th in the country, lead the Dow Tigers at half by a score of 38-23. In that first half, the Huskies shot the lights out, 47% from the field and 50% from three, led by Jenny Lewis, continuing her strong play. Lewis averaging 28 points per game this season in the doubleheader against Acadia last weekend, right on that pace with 14 points in the first half. And now we begin the second half. A reminder, you can reach out on Twitter or email, Twitter at Alan_April, or use the hashtag SMUBball, and email HuskiesWebcast2016@gmail.com. Michelle Chiakua with a running leaner in the lane, gets it to drop. Nice shot by Chiakua. Cuts the Huskies lead to 13. And now Chiakua, a little over aggressive on the defensive end, whistled on the foul. Going to be the first team foul of the third quarter for the Tigers. Kanisha Shanice Luberis takes the handoff, sends it over to Carvery. Carvery drives left, kicks out for Murrell. Jenny Lewis for three. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenny Lewis can flat out shoot the rock, and she's been doing what she does best all season. And now a steal forced by Carvery. Long outlet for Shanice Luberis, and Luberis finishes on the other end. This Huskies team can put up points in a hurry. Now leading by 18, 43-25. Chiakua tries to drive and is stripped by Luberis, the two-time defending Defensive Player of the Year in the AUS. Alexander's going to check out with second-year forward Megan Thompson out of Brantford, Ontario, checking in for the Tigers. Lewis now swings to Murrell. Luberis finds the hot hand Lewis. Now Carvery in that right corner. Carvery defended by Field. 5 on the shot clock. Carvery kicks to Luberis. She puts it up off front rim and boarded by Chiakua. Michelle Chiakua does a great job on the defensive glass for a point guard. Had 11 rebounds in her first ever AUS game. That time Charles can't finish the layup. Wood with another rebound and outlet to Luberis. Murrell swings to Carvery. Luberis now. Over to Lewis for three. Cash. My goodness, Jenny Lewis. Give her 20 points now, and there's still 7:45 remaining in the third quarter. Lewis, like I mentioned, only averaged under 7 points per game last year, but tearing it up, leading the Huskies in scoring this season. Filling in nicely for Rochelle Coward at that shooting guard position. Get a foul whistled this time against the Tigers. It's going to be on number 13. Actually, it's against the Huskies, number 14, Kanisha Shanice Luberis, as Coach Anna Stamberger huddles her team up to talk things over. And Sophie Gaubé is going to return, replacing Shaylin Field. And Coach Stamberger wants to talk with Field about something. Chiakua blows a tire on the inbound. 2-on-1 for the Huskies. Luberis going to slow it down. Good job by the Tigers getting back, but a nice play, big to big. Wood can't finish the layup off the lovely dish from Murrell. Chiakua, defended by Luberis. Drives right, rejected by Wood. Wood gets the defensive board, but it will remain Huskies ball as Charles tied it up. Things starting to fall apart a little bit here for the Tigers. As, well, they trailed only 13-11 in the first quarter. It was actually tied at 16-16, I remember. So since then, the Huskies on a 30-9 run. Luberis drives left can't finish with the left, as the crowd would have gone crazy off that one. And here comes Charles the other way. Charles crosses over, can't save it, and it will be Huskies ball. Now Charlotte Thompson's going to return to action for the Tigers, with Ashley Kane taking a seat. Carvery all the way, can't finish. Thompson gets the board. Charles, and she falls. We're seeing a lot of players lose their footing here. Don't know if the floor is slippery or not. Some good sportsmanship there by Murrell to help up Charles. Tigers ball on the baseline. You see filing into the gym behind the Lady Tigers on their bench there, the Dow Tiger men's team, ranked 6th in the country coming into today's action, and they'll go up against the number 9 ranked Huskies men in a battle of two 2-0 teams looking to run the table on the AUS this year. Should be a great one. Really excited for that men's game coming up around 8 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. Foul whistle there. It's going to be against Thompson. That's her first personal. Second team foul for the Tigers. Lewis now with it in the right corner. Interior pass for Wood. Wood up, can't finish. And Chiakua with the defensive board. Now Thompson. And she's whistled on a travel. 46-25 here. A reminder, this webcast is live and interactive, so interact. You can reach out on Twitter at Allen_April, hashtag SmewBball. As my goodness, Jenny Lewis is unconscious from beyond the arc tonight. She's now 6 of 7 from downtown, 8 of 11 from the field, on her way to 23 points, and there's still 5.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Lewis on her way to surpassing her season average of a ridiculous 28 points per game. Jumper now for Karina May. That's off, and Lou Baris gets the board. Lou Baris uses her speed. Cross over. What an ankle breaker as Chiakua went down, and the crowd goes insane. Lou Baris sent Chiakua spinning into the floor and just couldn't finish the layup. Otherwise, well, the Homburg Center is already going crazy. That crossover was nasty. Megan Thompson able to finish for Dow, and that'll cut the lead to 22. But the gym is still buzzing about that Lou Baris crossover. What an ankle breaker. She's got it again. Chiakua defending. Murrell in the high post. Dish to a wide open Ange Carvery for 3. That rims out, but Katrina Murrell gets the rebound. Nice job by Thompson to force a steal. Here comes May. Hands it off for Chiakua. Chiakua clearing it out for an ISO. Maybe wants a crack at breaking Lou Baris's ankles this time. Chiakua drives. She'll dish. 5 on the clock. May puts it up and gets it in. Nice driving layup to the right by Karina May. She's got 5 now in this one. Lewis takes a screen, finds Wood. Lou Baris swings to Carvery for 3. Carvery's 3 rims out. Saved on the rebound by Chiakua. And Chiakua is getting frustrated. Steps out of bounds, says she was pushed, and well, this is a good timeout here for Coach Anna Stamberger. Her Tigers so filled with first and second years. Very young team, and the gym is still buzzing over that Lou Baris crossover. Started to see Chiakua look to kind of break it down one-on-one, and it's not the type of basketball Anna Stamberger wants from her team. Again, Stamberger, the AUS Coach of the Year in 2014-15 in her 8th year. And she was a fantastic player back in the early 80s. 2-time AUS MVP, 2-time CIS All-Star, as well, a member of Canada's national team, and played pro in Germany. So, still no shoutouts. Get those email and Twitter shoutouts coming, guys. I'll read it on air. Again, hashtag SMUBBALL, SMUBBall, or at Allen April, Allen_April rather, ALLAN_APRIL. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, how you're feeling on this Wednesday night. As the SMU Huskies are feeling good with a 20-point lead, 29 rather, with 3:47 remaining in the third quarter. See some substitutions in for the Huskies now. Jasmine Kane, Courtney Kane Norden, and Carly Nugent all check in. Kane inbounds for Carvery. Carvery drives and dishes. Nugent open. Long two is no good, but Morrell gets the rebound. Nugent this time hits it. Foot on the line, but Carly Nugent continues her strong shooting. That gives her 5 in this one. Karina May looking to feed Thompson. Miscommunication, and Kane Norden with the steal. Nugent swings across court for Kane. Murrell now faces up on the block, looking to spin, is stripped by Field. Karina May bringing it the other way. May is fouled by Nugent, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. May knocks down the first of 2. Gives her 6 points in this one. That's good for second for Dial scoring, as Chiakua leads the way with 8 points for the Tigers. May can't hit the second, and Kane Norden gets the defensive board. Long pass up to Nugent, off the backboard, and no good. And Karina May gets the board. Here comes Shaylin Field pushing it the other way. Field to Gaube. Spot up in the corner. Can't connect. And that's out off the Tigers. Will be Huskies ball. And second-year player Michelle Chiakua going to check back in. We got a great tweet here. It's from good friend of AUSTV.ca, Mishak Lufile, former Capers big man and the Defensive Player of the Year in the AUS last year. A longtime AUS All-Star and a great guy as well. Get to what he said in just one sec, but he's looking forward to the men's game, as am I. And I hope you are too. Kick out for Nugent for 3, and Carly Nugent now. Nugent, 3 of 4 from the field for 8 points. And the Huskies really shooting the lights out from beyond the arc. Field can't finish. Rebounded by Thompson. And they're going to call out of bounds violation on Thompson. So to that tweet from Mishak, he says, great matchup today. Close with players on both sides. Good luck to my guys Cash, Richie, Reed, Rouse, Theon, and Marquis. Of course, all those guys, veterans in this league, a bunch of 5th years and maybe a 4th year or 2. So Mishak certainly would have played with and against those guys over the years. It's funny for the Huskies. Jenny Lewis checks out. Who's going to fill it up? Well, how about Carly Nugent? She's got 10 points now on 4 of 6 from the field off the bench. Nugent shooting the lights out. And Megan Thompson responds with a long 2 for the Tigers. It's now 56-32 with 1:25 remaining in the third quarter. Gasquion on a post touch. Does well to keep the ball alive, and Kane Norden now. Kane Norden, step back, jumper, off, and that will go out, make it Tigers possession. Let's quick look at the stats here. The Huskies 11 of 20 from 3. So they were shooting 6 of 12 at half. So in the second half, they're 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. Those are ridiculous numbers, led by Lewis, who's 6 for 7, and Nugent, who's 3 for 3. Two players 9 of 10 from beyond the arc. And Kane Norton can't finish on the coast-to-coast layup. Ball's on the floor, and it will go Tigers' way. 56-32 is the score with 51.1 on the clock. Jasmine Kane with a nice crossover of her own. Gascoigne drives and puts it up. No good, but she'll go to the line to shoot too. Gascoigne knocks down the first of 2 free throws and hits the second. Thompson drives, dishes to Kane. Jumper is no good, and Luberis with the defensive rebound. Under 20 on the clock now. Shot clock has 10 on it. 4-second difference between game and shot. Jasmine Kane takes a screen from Gascoigne, swings it to Gascoigne. Jumper is no good. Dal gets possession with just under 2 seconds remaining, and that'll do it for the third quarter. So after 30 minutes of play, the SMU Huskies with a big 58-32 lead now against their crosstown rivals, the Dal Tigers. In that third quarter, they outscored the Tigers by a score of 20-9, continuing their strong play. Quick look at some stats here. Actually, I'm going to play the
They are our fathers, brothers, mothers and sisters, neighbors, heroes. Canada's veterans, their courage, service, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. On November 11th, let's remember them. Visit canada.ca/rememberthem.
So our Subway commercial isn't working for whatever reason, but Subway is the official fuel of Atlantic University Sport. Subway, eat fresh. Anyway, back to the game at hand here, and it's a good one. The Dal Tigers in tough against the 4-time defending AUS champions, SMU Huskies. Looking at the stats here, I mean, the Huskies' three-point shooting is really the key. 11 of 20 from downtown, good for 55%. And they're being led by Jenny Lewis with 23 on only 11 field goal attempts. Also, Carly Nugent with 11 points of her own. And Shanika Wood with 8 points and 8 rebounds. Meanwhile, on the Tigers side, Michelle Chiakua has 8. Karina May and Megan Thompson with 5 apiece. And that's been a problem for the Tigers. Again, it's a young team. They lost their 2 leading scorers from last year in Tessa Stamberger and Ainsley McIntyre, a pair of AUS All-Stars. And they're still looking for their go-to player, as well as some secondary scoring. As today, Deidre Alexander only has 2 points, and she's the highest returning scorer from last year's team, averaging 7.7 points per game last season. So, we're now in the fourth quarter. Suppose I should update that on my scoreboard. Jasmine Kane with a corner 3, and that's good. Seems to not matter who it is for the Huskies. They're all shooting the lights out tonight, as The rookie Jasmine Kano to Citadel High gets one to go. Shaylin Field draws the contact, puts it up. Can't get it to go, but she'll go to the line to shoot two. So it's 61-32. Again, it was 16-16 at one point in the second quarter, so that's a 45-16 run the Huskies are currently on. Make it 17 as as Field knocks down the first of two. And the second. Makes it 6 points now for Field, and that's good for second on the Tigers' leading scorers. Kane Norton drives, puts it up. Off the iron, no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot two. That foul coming against number 10, Roberta Charles. That's the first team foul of the fourth quarter against the Tigers. Reminder, you're watching this webcast of AUS Women's Basketball on AUSTV.ca, proudly powered by Bell Liant TV 1 and 5, Channel 1 and 401 for TV 1, and 5, 3 amazing services, 1 amazing price. So, Kane Norton knocks down the second of two from the charity stripe, pushes the lead back up to 28. That gives Kane Norton her first point of the night. Charles now over to Shaylin Field. Field, defended by Lou Baris. Takes a screen, drives, spins, puts it up. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound by Kane Norton, but she's stripped. And Field, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Finishes on the second chance. Shaylin Field picking it up here in the fourth quarter. She's now got 8 points on 2 of 7 shooting from the field. Kane kicks it out now for Lou Baris. Lou Baris has been quiet offensively in this one, just 3 points. But she does have 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 absolute ankle breaker of a crossover in that third quarter. See a substitution for the Tigers. It's going to be Ashley Jackson checking in, replacing Sophie Gaubet. Jackson, the first-year guard out of Chatham, Ontario. Jasmine Kane with it now. And she's fouled. Looks like the whistle's going to go against Jackson. Going to see a rookie check in now for the Huskies for the first time tonight. It's Alexis Sparks, first-year forward out of Auburn High School in Dartmouth. Auburn, another school that's produced a lot of good players into the AUS over the past few years. As well, number 12, Belinda Ndai checks in for her first action for the Huskies tonight. So I don't expect to see Jenny Lewis anymore. Maybe she'll finish with 23. But it wasn't in many minutes as she continues her red-hot shooting to begin this season. That drive by Lou Baris is no good. Kane Norton with the offensive board, rather. Lou Baris finds Kane Norton. Free throw line jumper is good. Makes it 3 points now for Courtney Kane Norton, the second year out of Citadel High. Long pass for Hickman is ill-advised, goes out of bounds. So it's 64-36 with 7:44 remaining in this one. And again, it was tied 16-16 at one point. So that's a 48-20 run since midway through the second quarter. Well, we've seen it from the Huskies all year. They've really been a better team in the second half than the first. Sparks whistled on a travel that time. Again, this Huskies team came into tonight ranked 8th in the country, despite being selected as second in the AUS preseason coaches poll. You can bet that was a little bit of bulletin board material for Scott Monroe and his veteran Huskies team, as the coaches projected the Cape Breton Capers to win, while the Capers lost to this very same Tigers team on Saturday afternoon, and the Huskies are having no problem with them at all. Of course, we will see a rematch of this game over at the Dowplex on Saturday at 6 p.m. as it's a back-to-back in the Battle of Halifax this weekend. A little home-and-home action. And again, the men's game coming up at about 4 o'clock. Sorry, at about 8 o'clock. As Kane's long three off back iron, rebounded by Charles. The men's game should be a great one this afternoon. This evening, rather. I'm all over the place. I'm used to doing games on like a Saturday afternoon. You know, I can't really see outside here. It's a Wednesday night. Get it straight, Alan. Anyway, foul whistle that time against Roberta Charles, her second personal, fourth team foul against the Tigers, as they trail by 28 with 6:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Hey, and we have a Twitter shout out here. Get to that in a second, Mary. Thanks for keeping those coming in. Lou Baris takes a screen from Sparks, pulls it back. Shot clock expires. Nice job by Hickman, the big, switching on to Lou Baris. And we're going to see a hockey-style substitution, 5 on, 5 off for the Tigers. But I'm going to read that tweet from Mary Rickles. She says, "Way to go, Smew," and a shout-out to Carly Nugent from her mom in Toronto. And certainly a proud mama today, as well, I'm sure she's proud of Carly every day. Carly, great person. I know her a little. But in this game especially, Carly, 11 points off the bench, 4 of 6 from the field, and 3 of 3 from downtown. Red hot shooting for Carly Nugent, the fourth-year forward out of Richmond Hill, Ontario. Alexander takes a screen, dishes to Thompson. Thompson, jumper, that's short. Rebounded by Karina May. Chiakua, cross-court for Alexander. Alexander drives, takes some contact, puts it up and in, beating the shot clock buzzer. Highlight play that time for Deidre Alexander. As mentioned, the Tigers need her to score more. She only has 2 points before that layup. Now on the charity stripe looking for 5 and cuts the lead to 26. Alexander's free throw is no good. Wood with another rebound. Shanika Wood has been Mr. Clean on the glass tonight. 9 rebounds to go along with 8 points for the third-year forward out of Ajax, Ontario. Carvery's three is no good, and Chiakua gets the board. Chiakua finds Alexander, looking to connect with Kane in the post. Now May at the top of the key, swings to Chiakua. Chiakua, going to think about the three, will dribble instead. 5 on the shot clock. Chiakua drives and is tripped up, and they're going to whistle the Huskies on a foul. Much to the dismay of Angelina Carvery, who is called on that one. Substitution here as Alexis Sparks checks out, and replacing her is number 10, Jessica Daniel, first-year guard, also out of Richmond Hill, Ontario. So, Carly Nugent and Jessica Daniel both listed out of Richmond Hill in Toronto. Free throw that time for number 12, Michelle Chiakua. Makes it 64-39 and hits the second. We have another shutout here, and it's from a former Tiger. I'll get to that shortly, as it's now 64-40 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Alexander with the steal and the finish. Nice take, coast to coast that time by Deidre Alexander. And she's now got 6 for the Tigers. Carvery is fouled, so now I'll read that shoutout on Twitter. It came from Shannon Forbes, a former Dowell Tiger. It says, cheering on Dowell from Toronto, Ontario. Terrifying. Shoutout to my girl, Shaylin Field. Hashtag SmewBball. Thanks for the shoutout, Shannon. Shannon Forbes was a forward for the Tigers the past couple years, and they definitely miss her veteran presence on the interior this year, but this young Tigers team is growing game by game as a unit under Coach Anna Stamberger. Again, a lot of first and second year players. I think 10 of the 14 players on the roster are in either their first or second year for Dalhousie, and only one fourth year, that being Shaylin Field. Alexander now to Thompson in the corner. Shot clock nearly expires, but Thompson turns it over to Nadai. Belinda Nadai finds Daniel. 4 minutes remain in regulation in this one. And Ashley Kane fouls Shanika Wood, battling for post position that time. Wood will go to the line to shoot two. So thanks again for all those Twitter shoutouts from Mishak Lufile and Carly Nugent's mom and everyone who reached out. Laura Langell, hearing from former Tigers, Huskies, and Capers. Oh my. As that free throw is no good, and Chiakua comes the other way. Although Mishak's tweet seems to have disappeared. Don't be out here deleting now, Mishak. Just kidding, it's okay. If you guys want to join in on this celebrity list of Twitter shoutouts, reach out at Allen_April, that's ALLAN_APRIL, or use the hashtag SmewBball. As Deidre Alexander knocks down a jumper, she's really come on strong. I think that's 8 points for her now, all coming in the fourth quarter. Alexander, the third year out of Woodstock, New Brunswick, was a 2014-15 AUS All-Rookie Team selection. And I just noticed Carly Nugent is back in the game, looking to add to her 23. But can't finish, and Field gets the rebound. Shaylin Field. Cross court for Alexander. The hot hand can't hit that one. And Jessica Daniel tracks down the rebound, but looks like she stepped out. So it will be Tigers ball on the far sideline with 3:17 in regulation. Huskies leading 66-44. Again, it was tied 16-16 midway through the second quarter. So the Huskies on a 50-28 run, just about doubling up the Tigers in the second half of this game. Shaylin Field now setting up the offense on the shot clock. Field defended by Kane. Field drives right and is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Shaylin Field with 8 in this one. The fourth-year guard out of Halifax. Went to Sackville High. Now she's on the line to shoot two. Can't hit the first. Looking at the free throw numbers, the Huskies 8 of 10 from the charity stripe in tonight's. After that miss, the Tigers, well, they're 6 of 10, 60%. Certainly Anna Stamper will want to improve on that a little bit, but definitely not the reason they're losing in this one. Oh, nice dish and nice finish. Deidre Alexander hooking up with Roberta Charles for the hoop and the harm. And that cuts the lead to 20, so the Tigers looking a bit more alive here in this fourth quarter. Actually, they're outscoring the Huskies now 14-8 in this fourth quarter. Lewis going to sub in and out without taking any shots that time, but again, she has 23 points in this one, continuing her to begin the season. Charles on the free throw line looking to finish the three-point play and cannot, and Shanika Wood does what she does best, gathering the rebound. That'll give her 10 rebounds rather in this one to go along with 8 points. Jessica Daniel, corner three, that's off. Karina May gets the board for the Tigers. And May is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. Both teams now in bonus with 2:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Tigers will take a timeout, trailing by 20 with about 4 minutes to go. Sorry, it's like 2:45 to go. Well, a reminder not to go anywhere, as coming up at 8 o'clock, we've got an excellent game. It's the Battle of Halifax Part 2. It's a rematch of the AUS Championship Final 2 years ago. The last win AUS Championships, the SMU Huskies, and the two-time defending champion Dal Tigers. And both teams are really hitting their stride. 2-0 with commanding wins against the competition. The Tigers ranked 6th in the U Sports national rankings. The Huskies are ranked 9th. So 2 of the top 10 teams in Canada playing on a Wednesday night here in Halifax. Should be a good one. Again, that will begin at 8 o'clock right here on AUSTV.ca. Proudly powered by 1 and 5. 3 amazing services, 1 amazing price. These 2 teams get back onto the court, looking to finish up the last 2:43 of regulation here. Huskies looking to improve 3-1. Tigers would drop to 1-2 with a loss. But again, that was a big upset on Saturday against the Cape Breton Capers, who the pundits, the coaches poll preseason actually predicted to finish ahead of this SMU Huskies juggernaut we're seeing today. As Karina May knocks down 2 from the charity stripe. 7 points in this one now. Actually 8 points for May. Kane is stripped by Shaylin Field. Good active hands by Field. And it'll go its way on the loose ball. So the Tigers trailing by 18. Not bad, all things considering. The the largest lead was definitely 25 or higher. I think 28. The Huskies led by at 1. And Karina May continues to work well. She'll go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. Substitution here. Belinda Nday returns to action, replacing Jessica Daniel. Swishes the first free throw. The first-year forward out of Moncton, New Brunswick, with a fine start to her AUS career, was instrumental in the weekend against the Capers, and now she's got 9 points in this one. Second leading scorer for the Tigers behind Michelle Chiakua. So a couple first years leading the Tigers with 10 and 9 points respectively, and that's just not enough points. Shaylin Field and Deidre Alexander each have 8, but the Tigers really need 1, if not both of them, to score in double figures this season if they hope to win many games. Tie up there, and it will remain Dalhousie possession. So the Tigers trailing by 16 here with 1:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tigers have outscored the Huskies 18-8 in this fourth quarter, so cutting the lead from 26 to 16. Alexander drives, pulls up, and gets it to go. That's 10 now for Alexander. I believe all 10 have come in this fourth quarter, so she's heating up as this one goes on. Jasmine Kane, guarded by Field. Kane takes a screen, swings it to Nugent. Now Belinda Ndai. Gasquion cross court now for Kane. Stripped by Field, but she can't keep it in bounds. And it's going to be Hustle on the baseline. Kane to inbound. With her Huskies leading by 14 points. It's going to be a shot clock. No basket as Carly Nugent got it to go but couldn't beat the buzzer. 66-52 with 1:11 to play in this one. Speculating on our players of the game, well, it could be for the third consecutive game, Jenny Lewis, number 5 for the white and maroon. She had 23 points, 14 of those coming in the first half, on 8 of 11 shooting from the field and 6 of 11 from downtown, and had 3 assists for good measure. Meanwhile, Carly Nugent was strong off the bench with 13 points of her own, including 3 of 3 from downtown. as Roberta Charles knocks down a free throw. And don't look now, it's a 13-point game. This has been quite the run for the Tigers. 12 now. As I mentioned, the Tigers were trailing by 26 coming quarter, now only trailing by 12, have outscored the Huskies by a score of 22-8 in this fourth quarter. And that's, a strong positive for Coach Stamberger's young team, especially heading into a rematch on Saturday. Blendende finds Nugent. Nugent puts it up. Can't draw iron. That'll go out, and it'll be Tigers ball heading the other way. So with 31.2 to go, Coach Anna Stamberger has to be happy with what she's seeing in this fourth quarter out of her young Dalhousie team. Really coming alive, albeit against the lineup with a couple of SMU substitutes, but they still have some starters in there. We've seen Wood, Luberis, and Lewis in this fourth quarter. Wood gets another rebound, giving her 8 points and 11 boards in the game. And Jasmine Kane's going to run out the clock. So the here from the Homburg Center in Halifax, the SMU Huskies 66, the Dow Tigers 54. The Huskies improved to 3-0 on the campaign, and the Tigers dropped to 1-2. And again, these two teams will be back in action Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Dalplex across town as Dalhousie hosts the rematch. And you can find that game, as always, on AUSTV.ca, also on Bell Lion TV 1, Channel 1, and 401 in 5. So for myself, Alan April, the final score, once again, the SMU Huskies 66, Dow Tigers 4. But don't go too far. In 25 minutes, we'll have an exciting men's matchup. The SMU Huskies, ranked number 9 in the country, taking on the two-time defending champion Dow Tigers, ranked number 6 in the country. It's going to be a good one. AUS Fireworks on a Wednesday night. Tune into that at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night.
They are our fathers, brothers, mothers and sisters, neighbors, heroes. Canada's their courage, service, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. On November 11th, let's remember them. Visit canada.ca/rememberthem. They are
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this webcast on AUSTV.ca of Atlantic University Sport men's basketball action. And what a game it is. It's two teams ranked in the top 10 in the country. The Dow Tigers taking on their crosstown rivals, the St. Mary's Huskies. The Huskies looking to dethrone the two-time defending AUS champion Tigers. And who can forget their game 2 years ago in the AUS Championship Final, the Tigers taking that one in overtime. Should be a great game. My name's Alan April. I'll have the call. These two teams both 2-0 on the season. The Tigers sweeping the Cape Breton Capers weekend at home, and the St. Mary's Huskies winning a home-and-home with the Acadia Axemen. As mentioned, both these teams are in the top 10 ranked nationally, something you don't see all the time for the AUS, but they're both deservingly so, as the Tigers finished 4th in the country last at Nationals and are back and better than ever with a whole lot of reinforcements. So to begin, this is Will Fyander, second-year point guard out of Citadel High in Halifax. Fyander looks for a cutting Ash Lual, goes off a Tigers arm and out, and it will be Tigers ball on the baseline. A reminder, this web on AUSTV.ca, proudly presented by Bell Lion TV 1 and 5, and you can reach out on Twitter at Alan_April or use the hashtag SmewBball, as well on email huskieswebcast@gmail.com. As Theon Reefer misses the 13-foot jumper, Richie Kamada brings it the other way for the Tigers. This is Cashrell Lawrence. Lawrence kicks it out for Sven Stamberger for three, rims out, but the rebound is gathered by Lawrence, and this time hits Stamberger on the cut. Well, Sven Stamberger has just gotten better and better each and every year of his AUS career. The fourth-year forward out of Halifax was a AUS Finals All-Star last year. Theon Reefer on the catch and turn, and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot too. It's number 14, Ryle Stroud, picking up his personal foul, the first foul against the Tigers. So Theon Reefer on the free throw line to shoot too. So far this season, in the two games against Acadia, Reefer averaged 10.5 points per game and 6 rebounds, and is shooting 50% from the free throw line, something he'll certainly want to improve. Reefer, 2013-14 AUS First Team All-Star, misses both free throws. Richie Kanzamata brings it the other way now for the Tigers in black and gold. Kanzamata takes a screen from Stroud, looking for a cutting Stamberger. He's stripped, and it's going to go the other way. Huskies ball, trailing 2-0, a minute 16 into this one. Fyander running the point for the Huskies. Nice move by Fyander all the way to the hoop, and he's fouled. Looks like that one's going to go against Stamberger. And it does, so first personal against Sven, second team foul against the Tigers. And Coach Rick Plato is not happy with his team's interior defense, as they've bailed the Huskies out in the early going with 2 fouls. Fyander knocks down the first of 2 free throws, giving his team their first basket of the game. Fyander hits the second. Will Fyander didn't play too much last year, averaging under 2 points per game, but asked to take a step up in the lineup this year. The Huskies have some injuries, including starting shooting guard Kamara Lane, so Fyander moves into the team's starting lineup for now. Cashrell Lawrence pulls the trigger on a long 2. That's off, and Theon Reefer skies for the defensive board. Brian Rouse now. Rouse, so dribble, the 5th-year guard out of Mississauga, takes the contact but can't finish, no foul, and the Tigers looking to push it the other way. Kanzamata finds Alex Carson, thought about a 3, instead finds Stamberger for 3, no good, and Will Fyander gathers the board. Kicks it out to Marquis Clayton. Clayton has been absolutely red hot to begin this season. In the 2 games against Acadia last weekend, averaged 33.5 points including 38 on Saturday night. And Clayton's going to have to shoot it. Shot clock at 4. That rim's out, but that is within range. Marquis Clayton has that Steph Curry, Damian Lillard range. Anytime he's across half, he's a threat to pull the trigger. Richie Canzamata kicks to Alex Carson, the Tigers' prized freshman out of Sackville High. Canzamata shoots a 3, back rim, picks up the board. Clayton and Canzamata, a pair of fifth-year point guards who have battled throughout their time in the AUS. Now Brian Rouse, he'll shoot the 3, back rim. Ash Lual picks up the board. Huskies reset, Reefer 3, and that's good. First field goal of the game for the Huskies gives them a 5-2 lead. Theon Reefer looking to improve his scoring output as he averaged just under 16 points last season. Turnover now from the Tigers, and the Huskies will take it the other way. I just got my first Twitter notification, and it's from a special one. I'll get to that in just 1 second. Check, check. As Reefer drives, spins, right-handed hook, can't get it to go. And Canzamata now with the rebound. Stamberger, top of the key, finds Lawrence, long, no good, and Fyander skies for the defensive board. Fyander now kicks for Clayton. Clayton takes a screen from Lual. Rouse with a beautiful touch bounce pass for Lual, and that'll get the fans into it, makes it 7-2 Huskies, and the Tigers are going to call a timeout to chat things over in the early going. Rick Plato not happy with his team as they trail 7-2 early on. So to that first Twitter shout out of the game, it's from Alicia Zanchin. She says, "Let's go Tigers." For crosstown rivals, cheering loudly from Ontario, take care of the rock. And of course, Alicia is the niece of Tigers head coach Rick Plato, last year's AUS Coach of the Year season now with the Huskies. Sorry, with the Tigers. Of course, that is a confusion because Rick Plato himself wore the white and maroon of the SMU Huskies and was a member of their championship teams in the early 70s. Before going on to have a legendary coaching career in the ACAA with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics. Was the coach there for over 25 years before coming to Dal, and he's now in his 4th year, and what success he's had winning the last 2 AUS championships. 2 years ago, they took everyone by surprise. Last year, they went 13-7 and ran the table, beating the UPI Panthers in another thriller, going on to finish 4th at Nationals, and this Tigers team is hungry to go back and improve. They are among one of the best programs in the country at men's basketball. Can you hear me? As Canzamata now swings it over to Lawrence. Canzamata looking to connect with Stroud. His pass is too strong, and it'll be a Huskies possession here. And that Huskies possession was stolen. Canzamata steals the inbound very quickly and gets it over to Jordan Aquinu Sergiu for his first 2 of the game. So it makes it 7-4 now. 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Lual, long 2 is cash. That's Akil Lual's spot as he knocks it down with regularity. Lual, the 5th-year forward actually out of Ottawa, continues his strong play to begin this season. Lawrence now taking Lual down low, puts it up, can't get it to go. Fyander continues his strong work on the defensive glass. Reefer Defended by Stamberger in the post, puts it up, can't get it to go. Big rebound by Lual. And right now the Huskies are causing some problems for the Tigers on the interior. Seen a few offensive rebounds in this one, and now Lual going to go to the line to shoot two. So Ash Lual on the free throw line shooting two. Coming into this one, he's been red hot in those two games against Acadia last weekend. Averaged 21 points on 78% shooting, 67% from downtown, and 80% from the free throw line to go along with 6 boards. Lual hits both free throws. With Osmond Berry currently out of the Huskies lineup, Ash Lual is going to be asked upon to provide big presence on the interior, and so far he's been up to the task. This is Akinu Sergiu. Can't connect that time with Kapos, but Jared Reed with some good hustle to keep the ball in the Tigers' territory. Stamberger on the block, double teamed, and they're going to whistle Sven Stamberger on the travel. Make it Huskies ball as they lead 11-4 with just over 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. While the Huskies' prized recruit Cordero James is going to check in. He's wearing number 10. James, first-year point guard out of Woodbridge, Ontario, went to Vaughan Academy, school where Andrew Wiggins played. And James has been a key player for the Huskies so far in his AUS career. Rouse misses that jumper, and Jared Reed gets the board. Stamberger on the drive and the slam. Sven Stam with the slam, rising up and throwing it down for two. Makes it 11-6 here. Stamberger with 4 points so far for the Tigers. Marquis Clayton takes the contact, takes a difficult shot spinning in the lane, nearly gets it to drop, but he'll go to the line to shoot two now. Back to that dunk by Sven Stamberger. He has gotten so much more athletic and better at finishing since he entered the AUS out of the Halifax Grammar School 4 years ago. Stamberger has gotten stronger, improved his vertical, and is a lot more aggressive going to the hoop. He could always shoot it, but now he's got that great outside game that makes him such a threat on this level. As Clayton knocks down the second of 2 free throws, and the Tigers going to bring in some reinforcements. Alex Carson and Richie Kanzamata check in. Bit of a smaller lineup here for Kanzamata, Akinu Sergiu, Reed, Lawrence, and Alex Carson. Effectively playing the center position. Carson, we've seen him mostly play wing so far for the Tigers. Kanzamata finds a cutting Akinu Sergiu. I think they said no basket. Foul away from the ball on Clayton. And it will be on the floor. 12-6 with 3:13 remaining. Watch out for this Tigers lineup. They can really all of them and have the capability of stretching you beyond the three-point line. Kanzamata, defended by Clayton. 5 on the shot clock. Lawrence puts it up, can't get it to go. Lual with the board, and Clayton pushes. Clayton to Rouse. Well, that's where Brian Rouse is just so creative, so shifty in transition. Clayton to Rouse, a lot of speed for opposing teams to deal with. And Clayton whistled on another foul. That's going to be his second personal of this first quarter. And now Coach Jonah Tossig has a decision to make. And it looks like we'll send in Fyander to take Clayton out, probably for the remaining 2:45 of this first quarter. Clayton, again, averaging 33.5 points in their first 2 games of the season, has really carried the scoring load for this banged-up Huskies team. Now it's Kanzamata. He'll attack Fyander, pull back, can't get it to go, and Reefer with the rebound. 2:30 on the clock. Huskies leading by 8. Brian Rouse putting the moves on Akinu Sergiu. Pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. And that will go off the Huskies. Tristan Hyde and out for Tigers possession. This is Carson. Short pass to Akinu Sergio. Now Lawrence on the low block, battling with the freshman Tristan Hyde. Out to Carson for three, and book it. Alex Carson is a dead-eye shooter from beyond the arc. He opened his AUS career with a bang, going 5 of 6 from 3 on his way to 18 points last Friday. And here Tigers in transition. Oh, what a block. The chase down by Brian Rouse had the crowd on its feet, but Jared Reed is there to pick up the miss and put it in. And it's now 14-11. And the Tigers feeling the momentum as Richie Canzamata. Cordero James whistled on the foul that time, and the Tigers get fired up by the charge, responding to the Huskies, who got fired up by that block. So emotions running high in this battle, Halifax. These crosstown rivals, a lot of fifth years who would have played against a whole lot on either team. Canzamata, little hesitation dribble to Jared Reed. Can't connect on the three, but what a rebound and putback by Cashrell Lawrence, climbing over the 6'6" freshman Tristan Hyde. Lawrence just 6'2", but oh my. Well, hardly time to talk about the play that just happened in this one, as Brian Rouse continues his crafty footwork and finishing. Gets that one to go off glass, makes it 16-13 with a minute remaining. Akinu Sergio can't knock down the keeper. Canzamata for three, knocks it down. And we're all tied up at 16, so fireworks here at the Homburg Center on a Wednesday night, as these two teams have come to play. Two of the top 10 teams in the country matching up here. And Theon Reefer, scoring touch of his own. These two teams started slow from the field, but really flexing their stuff in the second half of this first quarter. 30 seconds left on the clock. Canzamata turns it over, and here comes Rouse once again in transition. Rouse, Euro step and finish. Well, Rouse is showing the full package, pulling moves out of his bag of tricks to finish again and again in the key. Time counting down, last 6 seconds. Huskies had a foul to give, and Cordero James takes it. It'll be the second James' fourth team foul. Next foul for either team would put them in the bonus, but there's just 5.9 remaining in this second quarter. Tigers trailing by 4, looking to cut into that. Jared Reed to inbound. Akinu Sergio. 3, 2, Canzamata to beat the buzzer. Can't do it. And that'll do it for the first quarter of this one. What a first quarter it was. After 10 minutes, the SMU Huskies, ranked number 9 in the country, are ahead of the Dow Tigers, ranked number 6 by a score of 20-16. Checking out some stats here. The Huskies shooting 39%, 7 of 18 from the field, and 1 of 3, 33% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the Tigers, 7 of 19 from the field, 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. Being led by Sven Stamberger with 4, Alex Carson and Richie Canzamata with 3 apiece. Meanwhile, the Huskies, Rouse with 6, Lual with 6 and 3 rebounds, Theon Reefer with 5 points and 2 rebounds, and Will Fiender with 2 points of his own. Mind you one more time, you're watching a live and interactive webcast of AUSTV.ca, proudly powered by Bell Line TV 1 and 5. Bell Line 5, 3 amazing services, 1 amazing price. And you can reach out on Twitter or through email. The email is huskieswebcast2016@gmail.com. Or on Twitter, you can find me at Allen_April. That's ALLAN_APRIL. Also, use the hashtag SMUBBall. See it in your score box there. And let me know where you're watching, who you're cheering for, how you're feeling on this Wednesday night. As there's a great crowd here at the Homburg Center. Must be 200, 300 people here. maybe closer to 400, as it's a Wednesday night in Halifax, and the Battle of Halifax always brings out good fan support for the Huskies and the Tigers. Okay, back to the action at hand. Jordan Akinu-Serju, last year's AUS Rookie of the Year, with a pull-up jumper and cashes it. Cuts the Huskies' lead to 2 to begin this third quarter. Now Rouse for 3. Can't knock it down. And the official is going to call a loose ball foul against the Huskies. Looked like that call went against number 13, Tristan Hyde, I think. Actually, it went against number 10, Cordero James, so that's his third personal. James in foul trouble in the early going. And Clayton has 2 of his own, so those are 2 key guards for the Huskies in foul trouble. Akinu-Serju's jumper is no good. Reefer skies for the board. Hyde can't connect on the layup, and here comes Jared Reed. Reed, the 5th-year Super Sixth man out of Aurora, Ontario, finds Jordan Akinu-Serju, and for the Tigers, well, they take a 21-20 point lead out to a 5-0 run to start this second quarter off the Akinu-Serju 5 points. Well, the Tigers really are as deep of a team as we've seen in recent years in the AUS. And the fact that they bring a 5th-year guard who's been in and out of the starting lineup throughout his 4 years with the Tigers in Jared Reed, as well Jordan Akinu-Serju, last year's AUS Rookie of the Year. They bring both these guys off the bench, and any team in the AUS would love to have Reed and Akinu-Serju in their starting lineup. But for the Tigers, they bring these guys in off the bench. You know, it doesn't allow the opposing teams to kind of rest their starting guards, and because there's no drop-off in talent when you go from the starting guards of the Tigers to the backcourt, creating a lot of problems for opposing teams and coaches. And Jonah Tossig's Huskies team, they are shorthanded. Mentioned they're missing 3rd-year guard Kamara Lane. He's out with an ankle injury for at least another week or 2. They'll have him back before the Christmas break. Meanwhile, Huskies all-star forward Osmond Berry averaged 15.1 points and 9.8 rebounds last year. He's out until at least Christmas break, recovering from a knee surgery. Clayton back in the game for St. Mary's, and Akinu-Serju gets the board. Ryle Stroud finds Cash, and Lawrence lays it up and in. Continuing to go to work down below, Cash Lawrence. Showing a bit of a swarming full court D as Clayton's whistled on a travel. So the Tigers on a 7-0 run to begin this second quarter. Richie Kanzamata brings the ball across half court. Kanzamata, a former AUS Defensive Player of the Year, as well an AUS Championship All-Star the past 2 seasons. Akinu-Serju can't connect on the layup, but Ryle Stroud is there to clean it up. And Stroud, a big body transfer to Queen's University, gets his first 2 of the game. Finder can't finish the layup. And here come the Tigers. Continuing this run, it's now up to a 9-0 run to begin the second quarter. Stroud Banging down low with Lual. Tricky shot up and in for Ryle Stroud. And Tigers now lead by 7. Trailed 20-16 at the end of the first quarter. Lual for 3. Actually, they're going to call it a 2. His foot is on the line, but Lual certainly has 3-point range. We've seen him knock down a couple this year. The big man with the smooth stroke out of Ottawa. Jared Reed, defended by Rouse. They're going right back to Stroud. Called on the travel that time, but you can see the Dow Tigers. They have a 5th-year post matched up against a 1st-year post in Tristan Hyde, and they keep feeding him. Stroud is an interesting player. As he played his first 4 years at Queen's University in Ontario and had the best season of his 4-year career last year, averaging just under 9 points and 5 rebounds a game. Nice dish from Reefer for Lual. As Reefer drives, draws the D, and finds his big man for the easy finish. And now it's 27-24. This is Carson, defended by Fyander. Stroud now, high post. As they have taken Hyde out of the game. Stroud, defended by Lual. Kicks for Reed, wide open 3. Off back iron, but ends up right in the hands of Ryle Stroud. It's going to be Tigers ball on the baseline as Adam Carmulli checks in, replacing Alex Carson. Inbound now for Richie Kanzamata. Defended by Clayton. Reed, pull up Jay. Rims out and back in again. Jared Reed off the bench playing well. Got a few Twitter shoutouts. I see you, Alicia and Adam. Shout out to Adam especially. And I'll get to those in just a second. Next stoppage and play. As Marquis Clayton can't finish the tricky layup, but Brian Rouse flying in for the offensive rebound and putback. Cuts the lead to 3, 29-26, just under 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Kanzamata takes a screen. Stroud, wide open at the top of the arc, finds Lawrence. Kanzamata pulls the trigger on a rims out, and Brian Rouse with another big rebound. Will Fyander pushes it up court now for the Huskies. Ash Lual, nice dish to Rouse, and Brian Rouse absolutely is killing the Huskies right now, the Tigers rather. It's all come on layups, but Rouse now with on 5 of 10 shooting, all 10 points coming inside the paint in this first half. 1 point game. Cash Lawrence drives, can't finish, but Stroud crashing the lane, able to finish on the putback, makes it 28, sorry. Rouse again on the lay-in. Doing it from the right side, doing it from the left side. Reverse, double clutch, it doesn't matter. Brian Rouse is tough to stop when he's going to the rim. Well, I promise you a good game, and it's 31-30 midway through the second quarter. Doesn't get much tighter than this. The Battle of Halifax here at the Homburg Center. Ryle Stroud can't knock down the turnaround jumper. Rouse with another rebound, and Fyander pushes the other way. Fyander kicks to Reefer, wide open from 3, and splash. Theon Reefer knocks it down. He's been this one also. Yeah, that's going to make it 11 points for Reefer. So now 3 Huskies with double digits already in Lual, Reefer, and Rouse. And Cashrell Lawrence doing what he does best, playing through the contact and finishing. He'll go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. That's 6 points and 6 rebounds now for Lawrence. And the Huskies are going to call a timeout to talk things over. All tied up at 33 apiece here in the second quarter. All right, so Twitter shoutouts. We got a few. Adam Dionysopoulos. I've never tried to say his last name before, but I know Adam real well. He was the manager and the student assistant with the Huskies for great guy. Says, first time watcher, big fan. Solid start by Rouse and the Huskies so far. Let's go Huskies. Hashtag Tiger hunting. Hashtag always a Husky. Hashtag SMU B-ball. Adam D killing it on the hashtags. What else do we have here? Well, Alicia Zanchin says, Uncle only recruits the best. That's what you can expect to see. He won't settle for less. Playing some good D. Certainly are, as she, of course, is a huge fan. Doesn't miss a game of the Dial Tigers up there in Ontario. Probably the most consistent shout-out to our webcast. Again, if you'd like to hear your shout-out on air, reach out on email or Twitter. The email address is huskieswebcast2016@gmail.com. Again, that's huskieswebcast2016@gmail.com. Meanwhile, on Twitter, you can find me at Allen_April or hashtag SMU B-ball, hashtag SMU B-ball. So, as Cash Lawrence goes to the free throw line to try and connect on the three-point play, we're all tied up 33 apiece here, as these teams both 2-0, but after today, only one can be defeated. Lawrence misses the free throw, and Fyander skies for the rebound. Fyander has certainly improved his handle from last season. I know he worked hard all summer long in the gym. As that time, Reefer can't get the layout to go. Nice defensive pressure by Kevin Duong off the bench for the Tigers. Kanzamata, the red shoe assassin, one-on-one with Clayton. Tigers swing it around the perimeter. Akinu Serju, 3 on the shot clock. He has to put it up. Can't hit it, but Will Fyander just a bit too aggressive on the closeout. Collides with Akinu Serju, and that'll put Akinu Serju on the free throw line. Jordan Akinu Serju shot 71% from the free throw line in his AUS Rookie of the Year campaign, averaging 7.1 points. Did the first year transfer out of Dawson College, where he was a CJEP MVP. Akinu Serju can't knock down the first of 2 free throws. Hey, got another special Twitter shout out from Evan K, our favorite AUS photographer. I'll read that out next stoppage and play. As Akinu Serju knocks down the second of 3 shots from the stripe, gives the Tigers a 1-point lead. Akinu Serju hits 2 of 3. He now leads the Tigers with 10, and they lead by 2 with 3:30 remaining in the second quarter. Marquis Clayton hasn't really been scoring at the pace we've seen the past couple games, as he misses that layup in the key. Akinu Serju with the rebound, and Kanzamata brings it the other way for the Tigers. Alex Carson, post touch now for Kevin Duong. Fadeaway jumper is good. Nice looking shot from Kevin Duong, the reserve big man himself, also a transfer from Dawson College. Oh my, as Rouse finally can't get a layup to go. He wanted the foul, but no whistle from Al King. Watch out, Alex Carson for 3. That's long. Don't see him miss many. And Rouse dives and saves it to Clayton. Clayton takes the contact, can't finish the spinning layup in the air, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Rick Plato is not happy with Jordan Akinu Serju not hitting the floor that time, allowing Brian Rouse to beat him to the loose ball. But a great hustle play from Rouse. As Clayton's on the free throw line, I'm going to read out a Twitter shout out from one of his biggest fans. I know they're close. Evan Finney says, missing being able to capture the epic Huskies-Tigers battle, but always supporting the fam all the way from DC. Hashtag Finney Photography. Yeah, I think Evan's down at Georgetown University now, so shout out to her, representing the AUS down in the NCAA. I wonder if she's doing photography for Georgetown. That'd be pretty cool. As nice dish inside for Richie Kanzamata. Kevin Duan with his 5th-year point guard and pushes the Tigers lead back up to 4. Rouse turns it over. Tigers have numbers. Akinu Serju and Kanzamata can't connect on the layup. Clayton to Lual in the corner. That's short, but Lual gets his own rebounds, attacks the glass, and finishes through the contact. He'll go to the line to shoot one. Ash Lual continuing his strong play to open this one. He's now got 12 points and 4 rebounds on 5 of 6 shooting from the field. A foul went against Alex Carson. His second team foul in the second quarter. Lual connects on the 3-point play. Makes it a 1-point game, 39-38, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Kanzamata finds his main man, Cash Lawrence, in the high post. Back to Kanzamata. As that's a travel. Looked like Cash Lawrence whistled on the travel. And the Tigers will call a timeout. Coach Rick Plato wants to talk it over. A great job on the Twitter shoutouts. Still haven't gotten any emails. Again, that's huskieswebcast2016@gmail.com. But a couple more Twitter shoutouts to get to. Jess Thomas says, good luck to Coach Plato and the Dow Tigers from your niece. We're hearing from another Coach Plato niece. The family is strong and proud in this one. And heard again from Adam Dianasopoulos. I definitely nailed the last name that time. He says, video cuts out for a few seconds every few minutes. Yeah, that's an issue. So the deal is 2 games going on at SMU right now. The primary camera, the camera that never goes to sleep, is over at the arena, Alumni Arena, because there's a hockey game. And meanwhile, we're here with the backup camera, but our cameraman is doing a great job of refreshing it. Oh, well, we are aware of that problem, but we certainly try our best to make the stoppages in play as short as possible. Again, keep those Twitter shoutouts coming. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, at Allen_April or hashtag SMUBBall, and I'll find it. Quick look at the stats here. Jordan Akinu Serju leads the Tigers with 9 points. Ryle Stroud and Cash Lawrence with 6 apiece, and had 7 rebounds with Lawrence to lead all players. Meanwhile, on the Huskies side, Ash Lual with 13 on 5 of 6 field, and Brian Rouse with 12 of his own. So it's been the veterans today for both teams. Lual now for 3, that rims out. But Fyander continues his strong work on the glass, picking up the offensive board. Hanging jumper in the lane from Rouse is good, and that puts the Huskies up for the first time since the end of the first quarter, 40-39 now. Again, the Huskies led 20-16 at the end of the first before the Tigers went on a big 9-0 run, but it's been back and forth in this second quarter. Kanzamata finds Stroud. Clayton did a good job pulling the chair that time as Stroud was trying to body him on the mismatch, but Clayton forces Stroud to commit the turnover, and Stroud will check out. 6'10" post slim Sasha Kapos will replace him for the Tigers. Kapos, second year of Miami, Florida, was an AUS all-rookie team selection last season. I certainly had to get to the story of how he ended up at Dow, as it's a perfect story for this crosstown rival. Fyander's 3 rims out, and Jared Reed gathers the board. 40-39, under 46 seconds left to play in the first half of this one. Akinu Serju, one-on-one with freshman point guard Jack Tilley. Kapos, elbow jumper is good. Nice shooting touch from slim Sasha Kapos, puts it on top, 41-40. 15 seconds on the game clock. The shot clock is off. Theon Reefer looking to set something up. Reefer one-on-one with Lawrence. 5 on the clock now, and Lawrence strips him. Gets it head to Akinu Serju. Can't beat the buzzer. No basket as Akinu Serju knocks down the 3 after the whistle, and that'll do it for the first half. So as promised, a tightly contested, highly competitive Battle of Halifax as always, as after 20 minutes, the Dal Tigers, 6th in the country, lead the SMU Huskies, ranked 9th in the country, by a score of 41-40. Going to have some quick stats updates, and then we'll go to a 13-minute halftime break before we're back with the second half. So looking at the stats here, the Tigers shooting 18 of 40, 45% field, but only 3 of 14, 21% from beyond the arc. And on the Huskies side, 40 points on 15 of 37 shooting from the field, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, and 8 of 9 from the free throw stripe. Tigers with 8 turnovers, Huskies with 6. Offensive rebounding has been an issue for the Huskies as the Tigers have 8. And on the individual stats, Jordan Akinu Serju leading the Tigers with 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting. Ryle Stroud has 6. Cash Lawrence with 6 to go along with 7 rebounds. And Richie Kanzamata with 5. Meanwhile, for the Huskies, Brian Rouse with 14 points on 7 of 14 shooting. Ash Lual with 13 points and 3 rebounds on 5 of 6 from the field. Theon Reefer with 8 points. And Marquis Clayton, uncharacteristically, 0 of 6 from the field for 3 points and 1 assist. So, we're going to take a quick 13-minute break before we're back with the second half, but don't go too far. The Battle of Halifax will be right back after these messages. Again, you're watching this live and interactive webcast of AUSTV.ca powered by V1. Leave me a shout out. I'll read it when I get back in the second half. Thanks for watching, everyone.
And sacrifice will never be forgotten. On November 11th, let's remember them. Visit canada.ca/remember them. They are our fathers, brothers, mothers and sisters, neighbors, heroes. Canada's veterans, their courage, service, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. On November 11th, let's remember them. Visit canada.ca/remember them. They are our fathers,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this AUSTV.ca webcast of Atlantic University Sport men's basketball action. At half, the 6th-ranked team in the country, the Dow Tigers, have a slim 1-point lead against the 9th-ranked team in the country, the SMU Huskies. My name's Alan April. I'll have the call for you today, as it was a great first half, and the second half should be great too. These two teams, the Battle of Halifax, anytime they get together, it's a good one. And this one has not disappointed so far. The Huskies won the first quarter 20-16 before the Tigers went on a 9-0 run to begin the second and won that quarter 25-20. Gives them a 41-40 lead at half. Just some quick individual stats. Brian Rouse, the 5th-year guard out of Toronto, leading all scorers for the Huskies with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Ash Lual, the big man, with 13. Meanwhile, Jordan Akinu-Serju leading the Tigers with 9 off the bench. And Ash Lual picks up right where he left off in the first half, knocking down the jumper. That gives his 2-point lead here, as Lual now has 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting from the field. Richie Kanzamata looks to connect with Lawrence. Can't do it, and Kanzamata's shot at the shot clock buzzer is rejected by Reefer. Marquis Clayton knocks down the 3. Well, first field goal of the game for Clayton, but you knew that wasn't going to last long. In the 2 games against Acadia last weekend, Clayton single-handedly led SMU to a sweep over the Axemen, averaging better than 33.5 points and 6.5 assists per game. Only had 3 points in the first half of this one, but knocked down that big 3 to give his team a 4-point lead. Substitution now for the Tigers, as highly touted freshman Alex Carson comes out with super 6-man 5th-year Jared Reed replacing him. Lawrence now swings it back to the point guard, Kanzamata. Kanzamata takes a screen from Stroud. Ryle Stroud on the low block. Kicks to Lawrence for 3. Can't get it to go. Tap out by Stamberger. Ends up in the hands of Reefer, who is stripped by Kanzamata. Well, the Huskies bench wanted a call as Jared Reed, corner 3, no good. And Theon Reefer gobbles up the board. Will Fiander finds Rouse, cutting to the hoop. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Looks like that personal foul will go against Ryle Stroud. It's going to be Stroud's second personal, first team foul of the third quarter against the Tigers. So Brian Rouse on the line to shoot 2. Can't knock down the first. As mentioned, Rouse had 14 points in the first half, but no free throw attempt. Misses the first. Rouse knocks down the second. Pushes it up to a 5-point lead. Huskies on a 6-0 run to begin this third quarter. Kanzamata defended by Clayton. 2 hard-nosed 5th-year point guards. Sven Stamberger straight on 3 is cash. And that cuts the lead to 2. Will Fiander double teamed. Tigers pick up the half-court press. Fiander keeps it alive. Huskies now with numbers. Rouse and the finish. Brian Rouse continuing to finish around the rim with such creativity. The fifth-year guard out of Mississauga, Ontario, was an AUS first-team All-Star last year, averaging nearly 18 points and 7 rebounds a game for the Huskies. This time against Ash Lual on the block. He's not happy with the call. Going to be the first personal against Lual, first team foul against the Tigers in this third quarter. Brian Rouse now with 17 points on 8 of 16 shooting, really carrying the scoring load for the Huskies. Last weekend against Acadia, it was Clayton who did the majority of the scoring. Tonight, it's Rouse for the Huskies. Cashrell Lawrence, one-on-one with Reefer. Spins to the right, can't get it to go. Stroud on the offensive rebound. Can't finish, and another foul against Theon Reefer, and he's hopping mad over that one. This is a Huskies team that always needs to be careful with how they interact with the officials. We've seen them get a lot of technicals. It's been a problem in the past. Reefer still can't believe the call. It's going to be his second personal, second team foul against the Huskies. Ryle Stroud, the fifth-year transfer University, knocks down the first. Had the best season of his 5 years with the Golden Gales last season, averaging just under 9 points and 5 rebounds a game. And certainly a welcomed addition, big body in the middle for the Tigers. Theon Reefer spins no good. Stamberger gobbles up the board for the Tigers. Lawrence to Jared Reed. Tigers motion offense working against this Huskies man-to-man. Jared Reed, jumper in the key, can't get it to go. Lual with the board. And Fiander pushes the pace the other way for the white and maroon of St. Mary's. Fiander reverse layup is short. Lawrence with another board. 48-46 here, 6:40 remaining. As Richie Kanzamata knocks down the jump shot, and it's all tied up once again at 48. Neck and neck here, the Battle of Halifax from the Homburg Center on a Wednesday night. Brian Rouse over to his backcourt mate, fellow fifth-year Clayton. Long three, Clayton rims out on that one, but he certainly has that range. Here come the Tigers in transition. Stamberger, quick trigger three, no good. Fiander able to keep the rebound alive, and he just turned an ankle. Hope Will Fiander's okay. As Lawrence fouls Lual. It looks like Fiander will be okay there. See him walking back on the court. Looked like he just rolled his ankle going up to get that rebound. Gonna tighten up that shoe a little so it'll swell up, and great work on camera. Good job. As now Ash Lual is on the free throw line. That foul coming against Cash Lawrence, his first personal, second team foul. Lual can't knock in the first one. Misses 2 free throws. Uncharacteristic for Lual, the soft shooting big man. Stamberger with the board. Yeah, last season Lual shot 69% from the free throw line. In the first 2 games of this season, he was shooting 80%. Offensive foul there against Ryle Stroud. Official Hanson's going to whistle him on an illegal screen. So that'll be a turnover. Third personal foul against Stroud and third team foul against the Tigers. All tied up at 48 with 5:50 remaining in the third quarter. Clayton, defended by Stamberger. Look for him to take him off the dribble. Nope. Reefer, mismatch. Good ball movement from the Huskies. Rouse for 3, knocks it down. Well, we've seen Brian Rouse doing it on the inside all game long. This time he steps out to the perimeter and knocks down a 3. That gives Rouse 20 points to lead all scorers. Cash Lawrence. Kanzamata catches in the corner. Thinks about the 3 and now will take it. Can't get it to go. Fiander with another board. Clayton in transition, hangs and finishes. Marquis Clayton. One of the smallest players on the court, but he has quite the vertical and his scoring ability is big. Clayton this time strips Stamberger. Over the top for Lual, and Ash Lual finishes. Quick 7-0 run for the Huskies to break that 48-all tie, and that's going to force Coach Rick Plato to call a timeout and talk things over with his Tigers. Take the time to remind you to reach out on Twitter at Allen_April, hashtag SMUBball. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're for. You can also email us, HuskiesWebcast2016@gmail.com. Again, you're watching this live and interactive webcast of Atlantic University Sport Basketball on AUSTV.ca, proudly powered by Bell Line TV1 and 5. Bell Line, 3 amazing services, 1 amazing price. So quick look here at the stat sheet. Again, Brian Rouse leads all scorers with 20. Ash Lual not far behind with 17 points, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Nice all-around game for the big man out. Mark Clayton, he scored 5 of his 8 points in the second half. Meanwhile, the Tigers and their depth, a very balanced scoring output. Akinu Sergiu still leading all scorers with 9, but Ryle Stroud has 8 and 4 rebounds. Sven Stamper with 7 and 3 assists. Cash Lawrence with 6 points, 9 rebounds, and Jared Reed with 5 points, 5 rebounds. So 6 Tigers players with over 5 points in this one. Meanwhile, 2 Huskies have combined for 37 of their 55. Back to the game at hand as Richie Kanzamata brings it across half. Akinu Sergiu now, reigning AUS Rookie of the Year. Lawrence gets it over to Kanzamata, and he's stripped. Here come the Huskies in transition. Rouse with the 2 jam, rises up and throws it down. 2 hands for safety, and the Huskies are now on a 9-0 run, leading 57-48 with 4:20 to play in the third quarter. Stamberger, double team. Kanzamata wide open. Nice pass of the team by Sven Stamberger. Finding the open man, cutting it to a 7-point lead. Marquis Clayton sends it over to Fyander. Lual now, defended by Lawrence. Lawrence reaches for the steal, can't get it, and Fyander finishes underneath. Tough take by the second-year guard at a Citadel High. He's really gotten better over the summer. Now a key member of this Huskies team. Cash Lawrence drives hard right at Lual, and Lual, forced to foul, will send Lawrence to the line to shoot 2. Oh, got a special Twitter shout-out from the CIS All-Star himself, the man Ty Scott. Says, good game right now. You know I'm here watching with the squad. Gotta give that a favorite and a retweet. Of course, the squad is the UPEI Panthers. Think we'll see them in action next weekend here against the Dow Tigers. Can't wait. Anytime Ty Scott's in the building, there's bound to be a show, as the past 3 years he's been among the leaders in the country in scoring. The UPEI Panthers 5th-year guard. While Tigers 5th-year forward Cash Lawrence is on the free throw line, knocks down 1. It's now 59-51. Lawrence gets them both to go. Cuts the lead to 7, and Tristan Hyde will check in for the Huskies. Actually, no, he won't. Not sure what happened there. He was at the scorer's table, and then they called him back. Ryan Hernett, number 23, will check in for the Tigers. Hernett, a former ACAA first-team All-Star, the University of King's College Blue Devils. Brian Rouse, what a pass. Clayton to Fyander in the corner for 3, knockdown. And the crowd loved that one. Beautiful passing. Rouse to Clayton to Fyander in that corner. And Will continues his strong play. That makes it 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. What an all-around game for Fyander. only in the starting lineup because of an injury to Kamara Lane. But Cash Lawrence continues to go to work. Lawrence has scored 4 of his 10 in this second half. But Reefer responds for the Huskies. It's turning into a track meet now. It's a 10-point game for St. Mary's, 64-54. Stamberger on the low block, defended by Cordero James. Too strong. Sven Stamberger powers it up and through Cordero James for a chance at the three-point play. Stamberger has gotten a lot stronger since the beginning of his AUS career, and you see it right there. I mean, Cordero James is certainly not weak himself. Guy's got as big muscles as you'll ever see out of an 18-year-old. But Stamberger at 6'6", just too strong, able to finish through the contact. And he's on the line for a chance at a three-point play. Connects on the three-point play. It's now 64-57 with 2:24 remaining in the third quarter. Marquis Clayton, defended by Carson. Tigers now in a 3-2 zone, it looks like. Brian Rouse whistled on the travel. And again, the Huskies not happy with the call. Tigers to bring it the other way. Here's Kanzamata, the former AUS Defensive Player of the Year. Gets it over to his teammate Stamberger. Stamberger driving against Reefer. Tries left, tries jumper, nothing but air. And Clayton coming the other way for the Huskies. Marquis Clayton. Oh, there's the Defensive Player of the Year. Kanzamata making everyone miss. Showtime for the Tigers as Jared Reed finishes with the 2. Richie Kanzamata picks the pocket of Mark Clayton, pushes it up the court, and Jared Reed finishes on the other end. This Tigers team is so experienced and so deep. Finder, pull-up jumper, gets it to go. Tough shot over the 6'6" freshman, Alex Carson. It's now 66-59 with 1:10 to play in the third quarter. Tigers in jeopardy of losing their first game of the season. Stamberger, hook shot, hangs on the rim, doesn't go. Will stay, Dow ball. Good hustle by Stamberger. That one off of Fiander. Now, substitution for the Huskies. Tristan Hyde checks in, replacing Theon Reefer. Hyde, the first-year forward, 6'7", out of Bedford, and CP Allen High School. As Kanzamata drives and is rejected by the first-year Hyde. Fiander pushing the pace. Finds Cordero James. James, pull-up jumper from the elbow, no good. Kanzamata corrals the board. Alex Carson, pull-up 3, that's off. Don't see Carson miss many. He's now 1 of 3 today. Clayton takes the contact, can't finish, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Official Al King whistling Stamberger on the foul that time. And with 27 seconds left to go, Clayton is on the line with his team leading by 7. That last foul by Stamberger, his 3rd personal, 4th team foul. Both teams with 4 team fouls, so next foul from either team will put them on the line in the bonus. Substitution for the Huskies, big Brent Martindale checks in. Martindale, 6'6", 3rd-year forward out of Kingston, Ontario, wearing number 23. Clayton's free throw hit every part of the rim, but didn't hit the mesh. Rims out. Hits. Mark Clayton now with 6 of his 9 points in this third quarter. Kanzamata is going to hold for 1. 2-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now 10 on the shot clock. Carson brings the screen. Akinu Sergiu now in the corner. 3 on the shot clock. Dow's got to get something up. Doesn't. Shot clock violation, and it's Huskies ball with 2.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Tigers bring a little bit of full court man-to-man, trying to keep the Huskies from advancing the ball up court. Finder. In for Clayton. Clayton from 65. Oh, that looked good. About a foot short, but right on line, and that'll do it for the third quarter. So, matchup here in the Battle of Halifax. The SMU Huskies, that time, win that third quarter by a score of 27-18 and take a 67-59 lead into the fourth. Quickly going to run this Remembrance Day commercial, and we'll be right back in 30 seconds with some analysis in the fourth quarter.
Neighbors, heroes, Canada's veterans, their courage, service, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. On November 11th, let's remember them. Visit canada.ca/remember. They are our fathers, brothers.
Okay, back to the action here as after 30 minutes of play, the SMU Huskies have an upset brewing. The number 9 team in the country is leading the number 6 team in the country by a score of 67-59. The Tigers shooting 42% from the field, 20%, only 4 of 20 from beyond the three-point line. And the SMU Huskies, 26 of 55 for 47% from the field, 5 of 10, 50% from 3. Looking here, each team with 30 points in the paint. The Tigers with 19 points off their bench, the Huskies with 0. Some individual stats, the Tigers are being led by Sven Stamberger with 10 and 4 rebounds, and Cash Lawrence with 10 points and 9 rebounds. Richie Kanzamata and Jordan Akinu-Sergiu with 9 apiece, and Ryle Stroud with 8. Meanwhile, on the Huskies side, Brian Rouse scored 8 of his game-high 22 in that third quarter. Ash Lual has 17. Reefer with 10. And Mark Clayton scored 6 of his 9 in the third quarter rather. And we got to mention Will Finder. Outside shot at a triple-double for the second year. 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. It really is something to see. All 67 of the Huskies' points have come from their starting 5. Meanwhile, the Tigers have 9 players who have scored and an impressive 6 players over 6 points. So it's a depth against a strong starting 5 in this one. Now it's the fourth quarter. Lawrence kicks it out to Reed for 3. That's off. Tapped out and right into the hands of Cash Lawrence for the offensive board. Lawrence working on Martindale. Can't get the layup to drop, but he'll go to the line to shoot too. Huskies foul on Martindale, his first team foul of the fourth quarter. And Cash Lawrence now has a double-double. 10 rebounds on the free throw line, looking to add 2 to his total. A reminder, this webcast on AUSTV.ca is live and interactive, so reach out on Twitter at Alan_April or hashtag SMUBBall, as well on email, huskieswebcast2016@gmail.com. That's Huskies, HUSKIES, webcast, you can spell that, 2016@gmail.com. As Cash Lawrence hits the first of 2, Jared Reed with the offensive board. Reed can't finish on the layup, but Cash gets another offensive rebound for the Tigers. Just high effort level from Dalhousie here. Akinu-Sergiu, Kanzamata's pass was deflected right into the hands of his backcourt mate Akinu-Sergiu for the 2. Gives Akinu-Sergiu 11 points now and cuts the Huskies lead to 5. And the Tigers hitting the floor for that loose ball. It's the freshman Alex Carson with the steal. Foul against Brent Martindale. That's his second team foul against the Huskies. I see some substitutions here as a couple starters, Lual, Reefer, and Rouse return. It's now the starting five. Things are getting a little chippy down there between two fierce competitors, the point guards Marquis Clayton and Richie Kanzamata. Cooler heads will prevail as the officials have a chat with them. 9 minutes remain in this one. The Huskies lead their crosstown rivals from St. Mary's 67-62. Akinu Sergiu with the 20-footer, no good, but Alex Carson comes in for the rebound. He's more than just a shooter, folks. Shot clock at 6. Kanzamata still passes it to no one in particular. Lawrence to beat the buzzer, no, but Kanzamata is there for the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. Offensive rebounding has been a big problem in the second half for the Tigers. At half, the offensive rebound battle, the Tigers had 8 to the Huskies 4. Now the Tigers with 13 offensive rebounds to the Huskies 5. So certainly Coach Jonah Tossig calls a timeout here. He's going to talk to his team about boxing out, as the Tigers with 19 second chance points, the Huskies have 11. Again, this webcast of AUS men's basketball on AUSTV.ca is proudly presented by Bell Lion TV1 and FIBE. 3 amazing services, 1 amazing price. As well, Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University sport. Eat fresh. The Twitter shoutouts were coming fast and furious in the second and third quarters, but they dried up. So, you know, give me something to talk about. I'm all here by myself. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, how you're feeling on this Wednesday night, as we've got a great Wednesday night basketball doubleheader here from the Homburg Center. The women, the SMU women, ranked 8th in the country, won the first match of this doubleheader by a score of 66-54 against the Dal Tigers. And now the men's game, 67-62 with 8:36 to play, and Richie Kanzamata on the free throw line looking to cut it to 3. The first, Kanzamata last season averaged 12.2 points per game, along with a league-leading 6.9 assists on his way to AUS first team All-Star honors. Hits both free throws, cuts the Huskies lead to 3, 67-64. Makes it 11 points to go along with 4 assists now for Richie Kanzamata. Fiander. His pass intended for Clayton, but out of reach. And the Huskies, a bit of full court pressure here. Actually, they're going to back off. Wait for Kanzamata to cross half. Jared Reed, 18-foot baseline jumper. Can't get it to go, but able to get his own offensive rebound. Continues to be a problem for the Tigers. Kanzamata, well, he missed a wide open Sven Stamberger, and Coach Rick Plato is besides himself with that one. The reigning AUS Coach of the Year not happy that his point guard missed his three-point shooter spotted up. But Stamberger able to win it back and get it up court. And Jared Reed with the two-handed slam. And that'll cut it to a one-point game. Great job by the Tigers. Good awareness to move the ball up court by Akinu Sergiu. And just like that, it's a one-point game, 67-66. This one's going to go right down to the wire. Theon Reefer. Straight on 3 by Reefer is good. Nice shot that time by Reefer. That gives him 13 points in this one. 3 of 3 from beyond the arc for the fifth-year forward out of Toronto. Jared Reed gives Lawrence a look on the high post. Turnaround jumper is short. Oh, Lawrence down on the ground, but still able to pick the pocket of Clayton. And the Huskies commit a foul under the basket. Clayton is not happy there was no foul called there, giving official Matt Boyle a bit of feedback on that one. We're really seeing the depth of the Tigers against the strength of this starting five. Again, this is a shorthanded Huskies team with two of their starting five actually out of the lineup in fifth-year forward Osmond Berry and third-year guard Kamara Lane. Kanzamata now takes a screen from Lawrence. Swings it for Jordan Akinu Sergio. Stamberger, corner three is off. Lawrence skies for that rebound. Went right over the 6'7" Ash Lual. Actually, Lual's 6'8". Went right over top of him to get that rebound. And he'll go to the free throw line. Personal foul against Lual, his third personal, 15. So the Huskies are in the bonus. The Tigers with no team fouls. Every Huskies foul for the next 6:42 will send the Tigers to the line. As the ball needs a toweling off here. Cashrell Lawrence on the free throw line. Can't hit the first. Lawrence does struggle from the free throw line. He's 3 of 6 in this game. Last year shot 63%. Knocks down the second of 2. It's a 3-point game, 70-67. Will Fiander swings it over to Theon Reefer. Reefer with the drive, can't finish. And here come the Tigers the other way. Jared Reed dishes to Kanzamata. Looking inside for Stamberger. Pass is deflected and out off the Huskies. Will be Tigers ball on the baseline with 17 on the shot clock. 6:24 remains in regulation. Sven Stamberger swings it over to Kanzamata. Slowing it down, 10 on the shot clock. Cash Lawrence on the right block. Well, he jumped to pass, and that will, Coach Rick Plato's going to call a timeout. He's going to get into them right now. Cash Lawrence is a fifth year. You need to know better than jumping in there to pass that time. Lawrence got caught and had nowhere to go. Ends up just bringing it down for the double dribble. So, I mean, this one's going right down to the wire. Final here from John Murphy. Hey, Peter. Peter Halpin. I got an email from John Murphy. So, John Murphy says, tell Peter Halpin to stop blocking the camera. The camera's right here, so when you stand up, it's all good. I'm just kidding. Do you know John Murphy? Yeah. Yeah, he paid a mission, that's true. This webcast is free, as just having some fun with Peter Halpin, Huskies legend, sitting right in front of me. No, it's all good, Peter. I'm just joking. Anyway. Yeah. Peter's looking for a little camera time. We're having fun here at the Homburg Center on a Wednesday night. I mean, it doesn't hurt that Peter's like 6'8". It's tough for him to get up and not block the camera. But he has been told, John Murphy. Let's see. Twitter shout-out too from Alicia. She says, can we please take a minute to recognize how calm my aunt is on the bench? However, if Dow wins this, watch for her fist pump. Of course, Alicia's aunt, Andrea Plato, the team manager, and of course the wife of head coach Rick Plato. And they've made a dynamic duo on the sideline for the Tigers over the past 4 years. Of course, the Tigers, 2-time defending champions, looking for a three-peat. But if the Huskies have anything to say about it, it won't be that easy. Huskies lead by 3. Ash Lual, pump fake and drive, and he's fouled. Lual will go to the line to shoot. Luol gets the first to rattle home. Can't hit the second, and Sven Stamberg gets the defensive rebound. Luol now with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Lawrence, great pass inside for Richie Kanzamata. Not often you see Kanzamata go to work in the post. Usually it's him feeding Cash in the post. That time a reversal, and Kanzamata gets the 2. And they're going to whistle a foul here against the Tigers. Against number 12, Jordan with the personal. Going to be his third personal, third team foul against the black and gold. Inbound for Fyander. 5:30 on the clock, and just like that, Akinu Sergiu was whistling foul. Caught him on a hand check that time, and that's 4 against Akinu Sergiu, the reigning AUS Rookie of the Year, who's having a solid game with 11 points off the bench. 3 team fouls now against the Tigers. Huskies are already in bonus. Clayton drives, takes it right at the D, up, can't get it to go. Reefer on the offensive rebound. Hoop and the harm. Theon Reefer sticking with it. And every time in this second half, Dal has gotten close. SMU has had an answer as they push the lead back to 4, going to the opportunity to make it 5. And Reefer knocks down the free throw to make it 74-69 with 5:16 to play. Reefer now with 16 points and 6 rebounds. Richie Kanzamata now. Swings it over to Jared Reed. Tigers cycling it around the perimeter. Kanzamata. Lawrence, cross court for Reed. He's driving left. Back out to Lawrence, long 2, no good. And Will Fyander gets on the floor to prevent another Tigers offensive rebound. Able to save that one. All right, the shoutouts are getting interesting now. That little Peter Halpin conversation. So David Smith says, watching from East Van, tell Murph to mind his own business. Go big guys. Hashtag SMU B-ball. And there's one more. I don't know who this is from, but they say, hey, it is the only blocking out Peter has ever done. Appreciate the webcast as a volunteer basketball coaching has kept me away tonight. Go Huskies. Great stuff happening here. On the webcast. Keep those shoutouts coming, guys. This Peter's right in front of me, and him and his wife Moira are laughing their heads off. Theon Reefer in the lane. Huskies kick it out. Clayton able to keep possession, puts it up. No good, and Stroud with a defensive rebound. Clayton has struggled from the field. Red hot start to the season. Scored 38 and 29 in the first 2 games. Richie Kanzamata with the crossover, and Will Fyander had no choice but to foul him or give up the easy layup. Elects to foul, and that'll send Kanzamata to the line. But yeah, back to the point about Clayton. In the first 2 games against Acadia, Clayton averaged 33.5 points on 63% from the field and 50% from beyond the arc. Today's game, he's 2 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc for 9 points. Does have 3 rebounds and 3 assists, but hasn't been scoring to seeing this season at least. As Kanzamata knocks down the first of 2, cuts the Huskies' lead to 4, 74-70 with 4:10 remaining. Again, keep those Twitter tweets coming at Allen_April. One more here. Jess Thomas says, come on, Dal, keep up the hard work. As the Tigers haven't lost much over the past year and a half. in danger of dropping to 2-1 on the campaign, but still a lot of basketball to play. Point game with 4:05 to go. Clayton, defended by Kansamata. Kansamata, such a good job moving his feet. Fiander for three is good. Will Fiander filling it up. Again, the sophomore only in the lineup because of his injuries to Kamara Lane and Osmond Berry. And Fiander has had a great start to the season. He's got 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, the steal, and the finish. Tonight might be the coming out party here at the Homburg Center for Will Fiander, the second-year guard out of Citadel High, and I saw a smile creep across his face after he finished that one. Oh, what a reverse layup. Up and under with the left hand by Sven Stomberger, showing off an acrobatic touch on that finish. Rouse right back at him. My goodness, if you're a basketball fan and you're missing this one, I don't know what to say. These two teams are really showing what makes them two of the top 10 teams in the country tonight. We're seeing some great basketball go down to the wire. Lawrence for three, that's off. Here comes Clayton. Oh, looking for Reefer over the top, but Lawrence able to steal it. Gets it off Fiander. Some good sportsmanship of the two clap hands there, but how about Will Fiander, the second-year guard for the Huskies? He had 2 points in the first half. He's got 14 now. His stat line is 14 points, 8 5 assists, and 2 steals. So Fiander, what a game for the second year at Citadel High. 12 of his 14 coming in this second half. And he's led all players in this one with 36 minutes. Some other stats for you. Brian Rouse leads all scorers with 24 points. He had 14 of those in the first half, to go along with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Ash Lewell has 18 points and 4 assists. Theon Reefer with 16, Fiander with 14, and Clayton with 9. Still, all 81 of the Huskies' points are scored by their starting 5. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, Richie Kanzamato leads all scorers with 17 points, 4 assists, and 4 steals, doing what he does best. Cash Lawrence has 12 points and 11 rebounds for a big double-double. And Jordan Aquino Sergiu with 11. Sven Stamberger with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Jared Reed with 8 points and 8 rebounds. And Ryle Stroud with 8 points and 5 rebounds for the Tigers. Going to come down to the wire, folks. Okay, so a little more information. It's Murph here. Was the one who joked about the only blockout Peter's ever done in his life. And he says, Dave Smith, one of SMU's greatest pure shooters, Will Fiander is walking in his footsteps. Certainly see that, as Fiander is having a heck of a game in his second AUS season. Aquino Sergiu turns that one over, looking for Carson in the corner. Ill-advised pass from the sophomore, Aquino Sergiu. And Dow is feeling a little bit of urgency. See them up the pressure on D. Reefer for 3. That rims out. Will be out of bounds. See some talking amongst the Huskies. That's been an issue at times for Coach Jonah Tosick, as these guys are competitive, and the key for them is to all be competing on the same page with the refs and certainly not arguing with each other. But so far the Huskies are up to the task, looking to improve to 3-0 on the campaign. Cashrell Lawrence, well, when his big body gets positioned down that low, he's very tough to stop. That gives Lawrence 14 now to lead all Tigers. Actually, no, Kansas has 17. Second among Tigers. Clayton drives, turns it over. Aquino Sergiu looking to push it up ahead, and it's turned over. And Rouse is fouled. That's going to be the 5th team foul against the Tigers, so I think Rouse, although it might be Fiander, going to the free throw line to shoot 2. It will be Will Fiander, looking to add on to his incredible second half. He scored 12 already in the second half. Again, he has an unreal 14 points on 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line, to go along with 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. The second year at a Citadel High. Last week's action, Finder, well, actually, more impressive last year as he misses the first free throw. Last year, Finder averaged 1.8 points in about 6 minutes per game. Tonight, 37 minutes played, and he has 14 points. Can't hit either free throw, though, but Theon Reefer is there for a dead putback, pushes the lead back to 8 with 1:45 to play. Well, the Tigers have been all over the offensive glass in this one, but that time the Huskies get a big offensive rebound when it matters most. That ball off the foot of a Tiger, and it will be possession on the baseline. 1:31 to play, and they trail by 8. Stamberger inbounds to Lawrence. Strode can't keep it alive. Another fourth quarter turnover for Tigers. Uncharacteristic indeed. And it looks like a player is bleeding. Looks like that's Theon Reefer. He's got some sort of injury to the face. Not going to have to check out, though, so he must not be bleeding. As you get a bit of a better look there, Reefer right around half court, guarded by Sven Stamberger. Anyway, Reefer finds Lual, and what a press break that time. Well, this Tigers D is known as one of the best in the country. Last year held opponents to under 73 points scored per game. These have 85 and continue to score. Finder misses the layup, but what a rebound by Rouse to save that one. Clayton now. Gonna reset. 6 on the shot clock. Mark Clayton from 30 feet out. Cash! And the Homburg Center goes wild. Marquis Clayton gets the fans on his feet, and Fiander comes back and rejects the Alex Carson three-point attempt. What a turn of events here as the Huskies and the crowd is going crazy here. In fact, they're starting to leave as that was a dagger of a shot by Mark Clayton. 49 seconds to go, and the Huskies lead by 13. Make that 11 after Stroud picks up a quick 2 on the inbound. But it could be too little too late for the Tigers. What a dagger of a shot from 30 feet out in rhythm by Marquis Clayton. Huskies looking to continue to add on. Yep. That's Lual for 2. We'll make it 90 points. And again, the Tigers don't ever expect to give up 90 points. A Rick Plato coach team had the top-ranked defense in the AUS, one of the top defenses in the country last season, but they've allowed 90. The shot clock is now off, and I believe the Huskies will dribble it out. Well, the Huskies trailed at half 41-40, but a 50-36 second half gives the Huskies a 90-77 win, improves them to a perfect 3-0 on the season, while the Tigers drop to 2-1. Quick stats update here before I sign off. Leading the way for the Huskies, Brian Rouse with 24, Ash Lual with 22, Theon Reefer with 18 points and 8 rebounds. Will Fiander, the story of this one, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block for the young second year. And Marquis Clayton with 12 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds, none bigger than that, to put the nail in the coffin of the Tigers. Meanwhile, the Tigers were led by Richie Canzamato with 17 points, 4 assists, Kashrel Lawrence with 14 points and 11 rebounds, and Jordan Aquino Sergio with 11. So that'll do it for myself, Alan April. To everyone who Twitter or email, or if you were just watching at home, thanks for watching this webcast of AUS men's basketball on AUSTV.ca. Again, the final score, the St. Mary's Huskies 90, the Dow Tigers 77. Thanks again for watching, and have a great night, everyone.